What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition on Friday's Open Locker Room discussion with your host, Isaiah Bucos Locker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for supporting this channel as we move forward. Don't forget to check me out Twitter, Facebook, and also my newest platform, Spotify. Trying to transition over to the podcast world, but slow, but it'll get there. So this off season, I was gonna be quiet, but apparently the Bucs didn't want to be quiet. So now you're getting videos, like a couple of videos every week, and I planned on enjoying my off season, but thanks to Bruce Arians and Tom Brady and Jason Light trades and you know. So yeah. So as you've noticed, we talked about this Thursday. So I don't need to let me wait a minute. I can't start like that. Let me give me some shout outs. Let me shout out to the Pirates Sea Bandits here. Buccaneers for life. Josh, what up, man? What's good on Friday, man? What you got going on this weekend? Mr. Big Pun. We don't need one capital punishment. Nah, I don't need I don't need a pun jab to get real sick with it. That's a bar. Zach, what up, man? You wish. Bucks fan 26. I said it already. No, I didn't. Bucks fan 26. Nocturnal. Tony Lee, you're not receiving notifications. Hey, we got to look into that. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, we live, baby. Keith, what up? No, I haven't. Hold on, because I see. Wait a minute. I just got home. So hold on a second. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. Something might pop up. How's everybody doing on this Friday? Lovely day. Sunny outside. It's a good day here. Joseph Stokes, exclusive. What up, man? Y'all ready to get this locker room open, man? We heard the news. You heard the press conference. You heard the remarks from the media spinning the narrative. Look, I in my opinion, I think it's a combination of a lot of things when it comes to Bruce Arians stepping down. So he was going to retire after this season anyway, but he felt like the team was in a great place. Gave it up to Todd Bowles. Blazers gave him a 5-year deal. Some people say it was too much. Should have been like a 3-year deal, but 5 years is a long time. But, job security does count. Todd Bowles, he's been wanting another coaching job, and he interviewed for the Vikings job, Chicago Bears job, I believe. His name was brought up for the Texas job. Byron Leftwich his name was brought up a few times, So neither one of them got a job, which is interesting. So I know I can tell you this much. Byron Leftwich will not be with the Bucs for long. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that right now. Another successful season. Byron Leftwich will be off the Bucs staff he will be a head coach in the next 3 years. I want y'all to prepare for this. Byron Leftwich will be a head coach in the next 3 years. Watch. Carolina Panthers, Matt Rule, Frank Wright on the hot seat. Who else? Who else could be on a hot seat? Arthur Smith, maybe. Um, the Texans with the one and done thing. I don't know, but there's going to be not a lot of jobs open next year. The Washington team. Yes, the Washington team. Ron Rivera. That situation. Eagles, maybe if they take a step back. Cowboys situation with Mike McCarthy. So there's some possible jobs that might be open next off season, and if jobs do come open, I can guarantee you this: if the Bucs have another successful season, 11, 12, 13 wins, offensive stats looking really good, you could pretty much sign off on Leftwich and say he got a job waiting on him. So when you have a successful staff, you lose staff members. So I can tell you this much: if Byron Leftwich get a job, he's taking Larry Foote with him. So we're going to see a lot of changes in the Bucs next season. Secondary, the coaching staff. If everything plays out right, Leftwich get the job. He take a couple guys with him. Murphy Bunton, Jamel Dean, Mike Edwards. All three of them not coming. Like, you might get one, maybe two come back, but we're going to lose one or two of those guys. Another year older, Levante David. Questions about that. Gronkowski, if he comes back, I'm pretty sure. Brady situation. There's a lot of things that's going to be transpiring next offseason. Todd Bowles has a lot to deal with this season right here, because you're trying to push to a Super Bowl. This is pretty much the last run, right? How it's currently constructed with Brady, this is probably the best chance you're going to get. I mean, I thought year 2 was the best that the Bucs will be able to. To me, it was a 3-year window. Peak year was year 2, right? Because first year was 11-5, second year 13-4. That was the peak. That was the peak year of what you've seen. Injuries played a factor. Off the field stuff, locker room stuff played a factor. But in my opinion, what I see is the Bucs peaked this year. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this year. They're still going to be pretty good. What up, Zios? The Bucs still going to be pretty good, but let's be understanding of the realistic expectations. There ain't no 17-0. Ain't no 16-1 coming. Ain't no 15-2. And it ain't no 14-3 coming. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You can spin it how you want to spin it. You can get in your feelings. It's okay. And we ain't running no 14 games with that schedule. If you understand how football works and you look at the opponents, home and away, we're not winning 14 games. I can flat out tell you that right now. Straight up, with no regards. I'll take the heat, but it is what it is. Not winning no 14 games with that schedule. 14, 15, 16, or 17, you can throw that out the window. Let's be realistic about this. 11 to 13 wins is right up in there somewhere. But it's a lot to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Let's get this locker room open. I don't have too much to say. I've said enough. I told y'all that. I don't need to keep talking. Locker room is open. Feel free to come on in. But remember, respect. It's always about respect on this channel. Agree to disagree, but also make sure you respect. That is the number one thing in the locker room. We are adults in here and act like it. So let's get this locker room open here. So the link is in the chat room. Those of you that's never been in a locker room, the door is open. Don't be scared. No matter what team you own, no matter what fan base you're from, you're more than welcome to come into the locker room. I would love to see surprise guests come up in here and pop in the locker room and be like, hey, let me just going up and holler at Bucos locker. You know what I'm saying? Like, some other teams around, some AFC teams, fan base members come in here. Like, I'm working on that, but I want to see some other fan bases come in here and try to talk to us about the Bucs. Let's see what they think about us. And I would like to see some of the NFC South fan bases pop up in here. I know we got the Who Dat for life, and I want to see some Carolina Kitty Cats and some Atlanta Falcons. I want to see they fans pop up in here too. All due respect. You know what I'm saying? I want them to feel the wrath of the locker room. What's up, Big Buck?
What up, man?
Man, look, I'm just trying to wait for the locker room to get crowded. I'm pretty sure people are getting off work.
Yeah, I got a quick break because I just popped in real quick. I may try to come back. I just wanted to ask you something real quick when you get a chance. I actually got a homeboy. He was in the YouTube heavy. He's a big Falcons fan. I'd love to hear you and him talk from a perspective. He's seen some of your videos. He did what you've been saying. So I would like to. It would just. I think it would be just an interesting conversation. He's a Falcons fan. I just like to hear y'all just talk from two different perspectives. I think it'll be very interesting.
Or is he in the chat room? I mean,
no, he's probably at work right now. But I'm gonna let him know, Nick, because you go live on Fridays. You've been going live on Fridays because I know you just said you wanted other fan bases to pop in. I think he'd be interesting. He would be an interesting conversation. He'll keep it $150 with you.
Okay, man. Look, he keep it $150. I keep it 300.
Got to multiply. Huh?
Yeah, hey, look, 150, 300. We two 150 guys.
No, but I gotta. No, you said something that was kind of interesting. With Leftwich, depending on this season outcome, he's pretty much gone. I agree with you in theory, but I also got to also say this. I don't know if it's an effect. I mean, Eric Bieniemy has been out there for how long? Is he waiting on the right job, or is he just not taking no trash ass job? That's why I say, like, if I honestly think it's going to be about 4 or 5 jobs open again next season. I do believe Washington, Indianapolis, Houston. No, I think believe it or not,
I know.
No, believe it or not, Love is gonna clean up Houston. Then they're gonna kick them to the curb. That's what's gonna happen.
And then somebody else will come in and take over.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen with Love. Love it. Everybody tries to. How can I say? Everybody want to say Love you set the organization back. I'm like, we was terrible when he took over.
Schiano? Greg Schiano? Did they forget that?
That's what I couldn't never get over. And then I said, what Lovey came in and did. He had the right idea. He just didn't bring in the right players.
I mean, he did improve though from 2 wins to 6 wins.
Yeah, but I'm saying his theory, what he was trying to do when he got rid of those linemen that were overpaid. I didn't blame him for that. That needed to be done. I just didn't agree with the players he brought in. Like, I trust Lovey as a coach, but as evaluating talent and scouting players and free agency, nah, bro. You missed off real bad with that.
Number 23.
Yo, Jesus. Oh boy. All right, look. PTSD. So we got Marcus. What's up, man? Dez, what's the deal, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm chill. It's your first time in the locker room, huh?
Yeah, man. I've been checking you out for a minute.
Oh, see in the background, scoping and stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and get on that now. I appreciate you coming in the locker room, man. Look, we just here talking about some Bucs stuff, the Arians situation, the Ty Bowles situation with the future with Leftwich, just recap for the week, just shooting around in the locker room, what you think?
Yeah, man. I like the Ty Bowles pick up or move to head coach. It was really bound to happen with the locker room stuff with AB and all the other antics, him slapping the helmet. So, kind of feel like either they was going to put pressure on him if he stayed in there, like they probably try to get a suspension or something, or and he old too, man. So it's just probably time for him to go and sit down and pass it to a younger guy.
You thought so?
Like that.
You think Bowles was the right choice over Leftwich?
I think so, just because the experience factor, and I still feel like Ty Bowles is more of a defensive guy. But he got more experience. He was a head coach with the Jets. He ain't really do too good, but he ain't had a squad like this. So I feel like with all the pieces in a place that we got in Tampa Bay, I feel like it's just really Super Bowl or bust, man. We can't lose this year.
Right, that's pretty much the goal, right? And let's keep it real. Like this, we're not Brady didn't come back just to, oh hey, I'm just here. No, man, we trying to win.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, because NFC really weak this year. I mean, all the powerhouses in the AFC. It's really
Ooh-wee.
a cupcake. I mean, San Fran and the Rams, and you got
Green
who else? You
Bay,
got Green Bay, maybe Dallas, but you know what Dallas gonna do.
they'll win games, but they
Yeah.
always they're not gonna go anywhere.
So,
We
yeah.
still gotta handle business though.
Man, they still got to handle the Saints too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They
Maybe not Todd Bowles in place. We probably can beat him because Bruce Arians couldn't do nothing with the Saints.
but 0-4 in the regular season, like getting our butt whips all 4 times.
Man, I
Like,
think he like 0-8, like the last 3
oh yeah,
years he been there.
right. Oh,
Since
he's
James,
dead.
he
1-7.
ain't win
I
with
mean,
1-7.
James.
1-7.
1-7 in the
when
last
when
8
your
games.
quarterback stationary, the Saints are gonna eat. You know.
No, and I was watching some highlights and a little bit of I just kind of went back and started looking at the Bucs. Just like, okay, you got to win your division first. So you got to win your division first. So I just started going back and looking at. I just started looking at some games, and I just ended up on the Saints games, and I was just watching and just watching and just watching. I'm like, the biggest thing that stands out in the Saints games, like, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all agree with this, not all, but some. It was the trenches, man. The Bucs will get toe up in the trenches every game.
Yep.
Every game.
Shaq and
Because it's either we're
JPP
gonna run or
disappear
pass.
every time.
There's no movement.
Both
There's
sides
no
of the
movement.
ball, the Bucs will get manhandled. Like, why? Like, why can't we beat the Saints up front? We're not going to beat the Saints if we can't beat them up front.
Right.
So we one-dimensional. We're one-dimensional, man. We have a statue at a quarterback, and they have the D line to get there. We one-dimensional. There's nothing. We're not going to fool anybody.
All right. It was so frustrating to watch because I just started like focusing. Like I had to replay it a few times, like some key moments, and I just like, good God Almighty, like couldn't even block them. Like, what is the problem? Like, now don't get me wrong, the Saints wasn't getting back there every down, but it just felt like the whole game. If you go back the last 8 games, it just felt like the whole game. It was just like Brady was just uncomfortable. Winston was uncomfortable. Brady was uncomfortable. It's just like
Isaiah, you remember that tweet Cam said about Donovan not too long ago?
Oh yeah, food, right? He said he was
food.
Right?
So like Cam is already putting in their minds that we are trash. He putting their D line in the mindset that we're trash. You know what I'm saying? So they had that mentality to conquer us, really. That's what it seems like. It's just like they coming in the game knowing that they finna feast on us.
Oh, let me ask you this then. What could Todd Bowles do different as far as philosophy wise versus what Arians couldn't get over? What can Todd Bowles do differently? Let's just move forward.
I think what he can do is tell the offensive, probably Byron, you have to run the ball more. That's one thing Arians would not. Arians is going to be Arians, and he was just stubborn and he didn't run the ball. We were saying it the whole time. Run the ball more, get in the trenches, win at the line of scrimmage. That's what I think he can bring because he knows. I mean, if he can control what he can control, which is the defense, and we can control the time of possession, I feel like that's perfect for what we need, especially with Tom Brady being able to manage the game. We just need to run the ball a little bit more.
Do you think that we will run the ball more with Todd Bowles?
I feel we should.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave Lenny that contract. That's the contract you see back in the day where he gonna get most of the touches, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. You're right. I mean, I do expect to see something different philosophy wise. If you go back to the Todd Bowles with the Jets, it wasn't like throwing the ball around. Know that, I will say that.
What they had? Was it Donovan?
No, they had Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's okay.
They had Ryan Fitzpatrick. So it was 10-6, and then it went bad. It went really bad the next 2 years, and then they got rid of him. And that roster was bad too. The GM, I think it was Mike Tannenbaum, was the GM. He was bad. So the Jets.
I like how he drafted though. I love the how he drafted. Wilkinson and Williams.
Adams.
Yeah, well,
Adams too.
you
Todd.
talking about Todd Bowles? He's the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, he drafted D lineman.
Yeah.
I will say that he drafted D lineman. So that's what I'm saying. I think with him being like the head coach now, I believe it's gonna be straight a lot of D linemen.
And that's exactly what we need, honestly.
And somebody said the Bucs just re-signed Giovanni Bernard. I don't see it though.
Yeah.
Is that
Was
true?
that Zach? I don't know if he's saying the truth. He also said that we signed Honey Badger.
Yeah, I'm looking. Now that's not
That's
true.
April Fools, man.
April Fools right there. It's not popping up on my alert, so I'm like, stop playing, stop playing. But yeah, so we're talking
I do want
about.
to say I think Todd is going to be able to let Tom Brady and Leftwich run the offense way more.
Audio.
Yeah.
Hello.
Way
Okay, so
more.
elaborate on that because that's what Arians did. Right? He said I wasn't doing nothing. Arians said he wasn't doing nothing.
Except for the 31 decisions and the fourth and one. You know what I mean? He'll probably let Tom Brady do it.
So it won't be
Those are
Brian.
critical
Quarterback
situations.
You
Right.
know what I
Well, yeah, that'd be one of them.
Yeah. One thing I say is that I think Todd Bowles has to be a head
See your
coach
phone, man.
and not let Brady and Leftwich do everything. And I mean like decision making. This ain't. I know they were doing this last year. We're simply trying to goose Brady's MVP numbers. Run the ball. And
Yes.
I use a college example. Even though Alabama lost to Georgia, they couldn't run the ball against Georgia. They still did it. You still have to do it anyway to keep the defense honest. Those games the Bucs lost, they didn't keep defensive honest because they didn't run the ball. And
One-dimensional.
yeah, and one thing when people say, I dispel this notion, they say, well, Brady gets the ball out quick. You have to have the scheme and an outlet for him to get the ball out quick. That's what the Saints been doing to the Bucs and the Rams have as well. You hold up those receivers. You don't try to beat Brady. You beat the weapon. And you hold up those receivers. You get in a little bit quicker, and you throw that rhythm and timing off because Brady's not going to beat you off platform. And I think that's what the Saints and the Rams have been doing to them up front.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got to also consider that's when Brady lets the play run as a run play because he always audible that out.
Mm-hmm.
So Dez, what do you think about that, Dez? I think you made a face when he was talking. I don't think did you like that? I mean, like, because I don't think you like that answer. I seen that face. I don't know if you can hear me, but I seen his name. Oh, so yeah, Giovanni Bernard is back. What do you think about that, Dez? I think you made a face when he was talking. I don't think did you like that? I mean, like, because I don't think you like that answer.
I'm just getting back in. Somebody called me.
I seen that face. I don't know if you can hear me, but I seen his name. I think somebody might be listening to.
Oh, so yeah, Giovanni Bernard.
I think you made a face when he was talking. I don't think did you like that? Look, I think if you watching YouTube and doing this at the same time, y'all can hear you now. Might want to turn that down,
it, bro.
So wait a minute. Hold on, fellas. So Giovanni Bernard did come back. It's a 1-year deal. $1.1 million.
So that makes 3.
They didn't use him though. They didn't use Giovanni Bernard like that though.
I'm sure they will now.
He better than
Leonard Fournette full time.
So you think Arians did play a role in a lot of this stuff? Like was the play calling? Like they didn't use Giovanni Bernard like that.
No, I don't think he fully used all of it, but like critical plays, yeah. Like the 31, maybe Todd Bowles would run it instead, and then Bruce Arians like bombs away. No, I don't think he fully used all of it, but like critical plays, yeah.
I think somebody got something in the background going on. Yeah, so
that's Dez. You got to back out. Come back in, Dez.
Yeah. Let me drop in for a second. Yeah, Damon, what's up, man?
You're muted, Damon.
What's up, man? I know. I got you now. You can hear?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think about that, man?
I mean, I think he's better than the dude. What's my man name? Fournette backup.
Oh, you talking about Keyshawn Vaughn?
Yeah, I think Gio will upgrade over him if he can stay healthy. You know what I mean? He was banged up, but I mean, he's ideal for Tom. You know what I mean? If it get hot, he want to dink and dunk when need be. I don't know.
It kind of like a James White, You know, he kind of got that versatility. But he was banged up. Well, it started with Tom Brady setting the man up for failure with that stupid
He did
pass.
that to Godwin. He did that to Godwin too.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You almost got that man killed. Out
He
for the
did that
season
to
almost.
Gronk as well.
Yeah.
He did.
Like, what you doing, man? Like, it was a pointless touchdown. It was against the Saints. It was a pointless touchdown.
Rams. It was against the Rams, right? It was against the Rams. They got blew up.
Well, Gronk was the Rams, yeah.
Yeah, Gronk was the Rams, and then was it
Gio was too.
2 players in one game, actually.
Yeah.
So Gio was the Rams
same
too?
game.
Like the last play. Like the last play.
A pointless touchdown. I almost got that man killed.
Yeah.
Pad stats. He
got Gronk hurt, and then Gio went out.
He was going too hard.
Can I ask you guys something real quick? Y'all know how I feel about like just bringing everybody back, but it's like the media, for example, they haven't considered the fact that one, this is the same secondary they got in torch, and also this team is old. It will come with old players. It's like those tissue injuries, you get more dinged up. And I'm just wondering, why haven't these guys brought that up yet, asked that question? And honestly, Tom Brady, he played great last year, but he's going to be 45. What if he falls off? It happens to all the greats at one point or another, or he takes a hit, he won't recover. I'm just wondering why they haven't brought the fact of the age of this team.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so from what I'm looking at, the only changes that were think about this. I want y'all to think about this, and I want to hear what you guys, each one of you got to say about this. Now look at the roster. Last year was the oldest roster, 29.6 years old, something like that. So we lost.
This is a whole different story.
So we lost Marpet, Kappa, Whitehead, number 80, and Ronald Jones. JPP, not what they haven't been signed yet. AB and Dominican Sue. You know, so and we replaced Kappa with Shaq Mason. We signed Aaron Stinney, picked up Russell Gage, picked up Logan Ryan, older guy. Is it really different than last year?
Absolutely.
I mean, can Logan Ryan cover? Can he cover better than Whitehead? I mean, I know he's not going to lay the wood like Whitehead would, but can Logan Ryan, can he cover? What his cover skills like?
Yeah, he definitely can cover. He's got the IQ.
He's better in coverage.
Well, what I'm saying is like how much of a drop off losing Whitehead, number 80, Ronald Jones, Kappa, how much of a drop off is that? And you know what I'm saying? Like, is it kind of the same team almost? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we're losing
big drop off.
Losing Whitehead, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, losing number 80. It wasn't a oh my gosh. Losing, Ronald Jones wasn't like a oh my gosh. But losing Marpet was like, oh wow. But we replaced Marpet with Shaq Mason, but just on the right side. That's all it is.
Marpet, plays on the right. He replaced Kappa instead of Ali Marpet.
But I'm just saying from a guard perspective, Shaq Mason, Ali Marpet, but we lost Kappa, so Shaq Mason plays right guard, and the left guard
back too.
Right, Wells came back, but the question gonna be the left guard. That's gonna be the question, just like Kappa was the question of the right guard. So how much of a drop off? The Bucs O line is almost pretty much the same structure, like setup, just swapping the guard situation. You know what I'm saying? This is swapping the guard situation. The problem gonna be the left guard this time. That's gonna be the question mark.
I mean, this is a draft. Hopefully they do something with that in the draft. But I mean, I think Gronk status, Sue status, even JPP. You know what I mean? We took our trench game kind of like needs addressing. You know what I mean? Like in the trenches for real.
Yeah. We got to replace number 82.
I mean, I'll tie in.
He replaceable. I mean, unfortunately, like I was hoping Howard would be nice, but he ultimately.
I still feel that he was underutilized. He wasn't used enough.
Yeah. It just almost feels like it almost looks like, I mean, AB to Gage, right? AB Gage, Kappa, Shaq
Parallel.
Mason. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, we downgraded.
if you just look at it like, the only one that's really like equal or like I would say upgrade, you could say Logan Ryan cover skills is better than Jordan Whitehead's. And then, Shaq Mason is better than Alex Kappa as a right guard.
Who is this Gage dude though? Russell Gage. Who is that?
He was the guy that was like a number 3, number 4 for the Falcons until injuries hit.
Number
Julio
2,
left.
actually.
Well,
yeah, he was
Julio. He was there for some years.
Scared.
He was there for some years, but he was never like last year. He was the guy because Calvin Ridley wasn't there. Actually, I think Kyle Pitts was the guy, but it's almost like, and it's no knock on Russell Gage. He's just not. He's not the receiver that you're gonna be like, oh my god, like oh.
He said he known for his blocking. He's like a Godwin. That's small. He's slight. He's kind of small, but
he's smaller.
He get in there and he blocked like.
I think he's gonna be productive. I think he's gonna be productive, but if we expected him to be on some godly, like oh my god, like no.
He'll block better than Scotty Miller and Tyler Johnson.
Is he a bird? Is he a is Russell Gage take the top off the defense?
No.
If he isn't, the Bucs still need that option out there in the receiver court.
They brought back Perryman, and
I still think he's quick, and Perryman is there. I don't think he's like the fastest player, but for a slot guy, he's pretty quick.
I mean, he didn't do it in Atlanta, so he ain't doing it in Tampa.
So do y'all think
he had a bomb against Miami, against the Dolphins? He did catch a bomb against them.
I think he's a good route runner. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I watched him. He's learned from Julio. He's been around Calvin Ridley. He's been around, so it's not like he's clueless. You know what I'm saying? But
I would say his presence was way more effective when Calvin Ridley was there, because it'll take off the pressure for Russell Gage. So he had some good highlights on that tandem, but he'll probably fit in well with our tandem as well with Chris Godwin.
But that's his game though. That's like, I'm just saying, like, if Godwin's not back
he's a complimentary receiver. He like a
right.
Yeah.
Don't expect like some freaking Jamar Chase numbers from Russell Gage. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
Jamar Chase plays on the outside. He's a slot guy.
I was just saying, like, the production wise. Like, I'm just saying production. Like, oh my gosh, he's gonna come in. He's gonna be a beast. Like,
well, man, that's the way everybody been like talking. Like, I'm like, who is this?
Like Renfro was one of them, right? But he wasn't producing mad numbers, but he's got some great routes. His name is out there for great routes, but he ain't got numbers like Jamar Chase.
Well, I'm saying, like, Russell Gage is not a name that's thrown around the league. Like, yeah, he's cold like that. Let's be honest now. Let's not act like,
that's what I'm saying.
Let's not do that. Let's be real with this. Let's because now he's on our team. Now it's like, oh yeah, he's like that. Like, because we weren't even talking. He's never came up in the conversation. Let's not act like that. Oh, now he with the Bucs. It's he's like that. No. Because you wasn't talking about him when we played Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't even know who the dude was.
I mean, he's solid. Like, he's a solid guy, but let's not act like he's just a world beater now all of a sudden.
But man, I just hope, man, that the Bucs, man, we just become a balanced team. I don't know why people don't want to be balanced no more. All they want to do is just throw. Man, I just hope they become balanced.
That's because of Tom Brady.
No, this is the way the league is. Y'all been past after the last 6 or 7 years.
Well,
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think that Todd was open?
He broke up.
Who? What'd you say? Can you repeat that? I think he
probably dropped his phone.
Yeah, that's it.
Why he's doing that? I'll drop it. People are pass happy. I think running the ball also helps the offensive line as well, because the offensive lines, it comes from, they can be aggressive at times to push people off. And when you pass blocking, you always backing up. I think running will help those guys out, especially like a Donovan Smith type. Help those guys out.
Man, it's a time and place for the run game. For real. I mean, if you try and keep like a potent offense, like say the Chiefs off the field, you got milk. You know what I mean? Then
But
for
let's
sure.
be honest,
But
though. Let's be honest. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns real quick. Man, it's a lot of games that, man, they could have won if they would have just ran the ball.
They chose to try to make Baker Mayfield the reason they win.
They built there. They like a power off. They like that's a different scheme, kind of.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of teams lose because they refuse to run the football. Like Chubb, you know what I'm saying, man, he didn't have games to where it would be like he'd have like 12 carries for like 80-some yards. And they just stop running it. And throw, and then get mad at the quarterback. That's the part I don't get though, man.
You can't be one-dimensional either. You know,
right. But I would say you do whatever's working. If I beat you running the ball 40 times, then that's the way I'm gonna do it. But I get it though. I understand though. But I'm more. I guess I'm just too old school or something. Because I still believe in the running game strong. I still believe in that.
I mean, if you look at the running back room, Fournette, Vaughn, Bernard, and Barner.
That says a lot already.
That ain't it.
I mean, we ain't got no Nick Chubb. We ain't got no Derrick Henry.
That ain't
you know, we ain't got no Dalvin Cook.
Man, you want to know what's crazy though? You don't know what's crazy though? I wanted Derrick Henry when he was still on the board, and man, we could have got it. Jonathan Taylor, man, I was like, man, I hope he's still on there. Man, they just passed him right on up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they passed up Derrick Henry.
I know, right? Yeah, I didn't go back and look at
Jonathan Taylor, yes.
J.K. Dobbs was there, you know.
But were they applied in this system in Tampa though? That's the question. And look at the line they running behind. Like that's a question you gotta consider.
Yeah, that's true.
But hold on, but wait. If the numbers say the Bucs could be a top running team, then why is that not being taken advantage of?
Can you believe they could be a top running team?
I mean, the numbers. Well, if you look at
I don't know.
Well, you have to look at it from an advanced analytics standpoint. The numbers say it from an advanced, statistics standpoint, but
what do your eyes tell you? As Skip Bayless say.
I just didn't see it. Like even though the numbers,
I'll tell you what.
You ain't bring Tom Brady to run the ball.
I think Tom Brady if you look at the history with Tom Brady, even though he has some good running backs, LeGarrette Blount, Corey Dillon, James White,
Antoine Smith.
Did they run a lot? No.
But you got to think that check down pass was an extension of their running game, though.
Because remember now, the Patriots offense was a chameleon offense. One week they were running 45 times, and then the next week they're slinging around like you never could figure them out offensively. That's the difference.
But what about the check down to the running back? You don't think that's an extension of the running game? You know how they just check it down in the flat? You tell me that's running game because it's technically not a forward pass.
All I'm saying is, just looking at the schedule and looking at the running back situation, they're gonna have to try to run the ball. They're gonna have to. The schedule is telling you this. Like you really think you just gonna win?
See who the Rams just picked up.
I mean, come on,
linebacker.
If you want to get to the next step, like look, we got to the Super Bowl in 2020. 2021, okay, injuries, off the field stuff, whatever. But we're there, but teams are catching up or already there. So we got to.
The back end of the year, we played good defense and ran the ball. We ran effectively, though. I think a lot of people overlooked that because Brady was at quarterback. Fournette came on running the ball well, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. It's just Brady, and not to take nothing away from him. But if you look at the playoff game, we ran the ball very effective, more than we did the entire season, unless it was a scrub team.
See, I like Big Buck. See, man, I be agreeing with you, bro. I like what he's saying because I feel the same way, man. I mean, to me, I just feel like, it depends on what the defense gonna do. Because the defense is what dictates if you're gonna win a championship to me. I know some people don't agree with that, but I mean, to me, defense is telling if you have a championship team. That defense is, you know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I think you have to win up front on both sides of the ball to determine whatever you want to do. You got to win the trenches, and like Bucos was saying earlier, he was reverting back to the Saints, how we got demolished up front on both sides of the ball. Can we consistently do that with this schedule this year? Can we consistently, can we go take advantage of a Pittsburgh front seven or Los Angeles front seven? Or do I say Dallas, San Francisco? Have some intriguing trenches matchup. Can we take advantage of it? And that is you not Brady, but can he stay upright the whole game? I'm not saying he's not going to block or do well, but that front seven matchup is going to be very vital to us getting the 11 wins. But 14, 15, 16 wins, no, that's not happening.
For real. Because Brady, I ain't gonna lie, man. Brady is 45, man. And if we want to be honest, Brady looked like an old man when we played up against good teams. He looked like his age. A lot of the times he looked like his age, man. That's all I'm saying, though. But man, we got to run that football this year, man.
I mean, you got to think about it for a second. It would
Can Lenny do it? Can Lenny do it?
I think he can. He's a volume back. He's a volume back. He's not a 10 carry guy. That ain't gonna work for him. That's not his.
But
style.
do you run him in the ground? But do you wait to carry the load later in the year? Start him out the year.
Well, that's the thing about. I just gave you the running back room.
Nah, we just got to draft one. We just got to draft a running back.
If you have somebody to spell Fournette, that ain't it behind him. That ain't it. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. That ain't it.
So?
That ain't it. No.
Who?
That is not it. Keyshawn Vaughn and Giovanni Bernard behind Fournette. No.
Nah, man, we got to draft another running back, though. That's what I'm looking for him to do. So draft another running back anyway.
You got to be kidding me. If you think Keyshawn Vaughn is it behind Fournette to spell Fournette, man, y'all tripping, man. If you believe that, look, I ain't with you,
man. Nah, man, that dude sucks.
I done seen enough.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm not hard on Keyshawn Vaughn.
Go get one of them guys.
Like
Kenneth
I said,
Walker, Reese Hall, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Tyre White.
That's what I want.
Those guys are better than him. They're better. They're better than him right now. They're better than him right now.
Please get James Cook. Please.
I mean, Giovanni Bernard old as a running back. He's old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All they need is on the cheat code.
And then Fournette, what, 27?
Yeah.
He's approaching 30, so we need some.
So I mean, what round that back gonna be at?
Man, I get him second round. If he there, you got to go and grab one, man. You can't wait till these third and fourth, fifth, sixth round, and then you stuck with the trade.
Unless you trade him back.
No.
Well, yeah, man, you can do that. But I mean, first round though, you got to go.
First and second
two rounds, you have to go.
First 2 rounds need to be in the.
I would say, yeah, because man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's time to get it's time to start getting younger, man. It's time to get younger now, man.
I've been saying it's like
it's time to get younger, man.
If you watch last season, that D line, it was a lot of times. It was like, no.
Yeah, you've been preaching that for a long time, man. You've been saying we talked about the last 18 months of pass rush, and then the last 60 weeks of the season, that line showed his age. You really saw everything was over 30. Okay, yeah, we gotta open these lines.
Hey, you talking about the trenches?
So what y'all think about Grunt coming back, man?
Hold on, Damien. What you say, Damien? Hold on.
I mean, now you talk about the trenches. I'm thinking about either the dude from Boston College. I forget his name. Yeah, or my man from UConn. I just now seeing and hearing of him.
You talking about D-lineman? Talking about Travis Jones?
Travis Jones.
I brought him up last week. I'm telling y'all, man. If he's I've been watching, man. I'm telling you, I am more invested in this draft because the D-line is deep. Like it's deep, like from pass rushers to inside interior.
Well, what exactly from a D lineman standpoint, are we looking for just a straight 5 technique that can play a 3 technique on nickel package? That's what they're.
I mean, that dude.
You need somebody to suit up next to Vita Vea.
So you need a 5
that description. Fit that.
Actually, you need a 3 technique because the 3 technique is more of a mover guy. Like the 5 technique is the big guy, like the William Gosen. like the Richard Seymour, like the big guy, like or Chris Jones, or like that's a more of a 5 technique that could pass the rush the passer, but the 3 technique is a little bit more shiftier. You know what I'm saying?
So,
We need a guy like next to Vita Vea.
We need that dude. So that dude from Georgia, Walker, if I'm not mistaken.
Wyatt, Walker, Jones.
You got to trade up this at 15. That's
we won't be able to get enough draft capital to trade up.
Yeah, that's
trade
dangerous.
back.
I mean, if you really want him, like, look, I'm gonna say, if you really want a player, you go get him. Let's be real. Like, let's not act like they can't do it. If you really want the guy, if you really think he's a difference maker, you go get him.
Yeah, that's what the Rams did with Bobby Wagner.
And also, it's like one thing the Bucs got to look at the mirror also with themselves. Doesn't really matter if you're number one against the run, the passing league. How about be middle? If you're like top half, they can get a stop, but also get defensive linemen who can rush the passer. Signing Will Golson is great and all, but he don't rush the passer like that. You got to get guys that can rush.
We've seen that for 10 years. We know he can't rush the pass rusher. I mean, I never really expected him to take off like that. Like, I mean, when he first got drafted, I was like, dang, that's a big old dude. He should be dominant, but he just
no offense to Sue and JPP. I want to go younger.
Yeah, hey, you got to.
I'm good. Like, I'm good
So
with that.
You make a good point, Big Buck. So look how big Will Golston is and how fast, probably on his draft combine, whatever. I'm sure he, was a good reach. And so if we get one of these D linemen, I hope it's a good D lineman because
a lot of them
might end up like Will Golston.
Oh, this class! I think this class is gonna be solid. I've been watching a lot of these guys on the tape, man.
You mean to tell me that all of these D linemen is going to be a star?
No, wait. No, I'm not saying that. But it'll be a better production than William Golson.
Sure.
Golson just set the edge well. I can't take that from
Will Golson at a rookie, he wasn't producing like we thought he would.
But these guys coming in now, are producing. Like, look at the last couple of years. They coming in with the the league they've gotten bigger and better, and faster. These D line, look at the D linemen. They're what they did back when William Golson came, it was cool. But compared to what they're doing now, it ain't even close. It's the two different breeds. William Golson class versus this class, it ain't the same.
Wait,
it ain't the same.
The D lineman is measured now
at 27
ability.
What'd you say, Damien?
If McDuffie at 27, you passing on the lineman?
Trent McDuffie?
My man from Washington, the corner
Trent McDuffie. Yeah. If the Bucs do that,
you remind me of Winfield.
If they do that, they're looking at the future. They're looking at next year's offseason with the Dean and Murphy Bunton and Edwards, because that's an issue that they need to address too. That's a possible.
I don't like Murphy Bunton, man. I
think he's better outside.
He grabbing home too much for me.
He's not a slide guy. He's not a slide guy. Murphy Bunton
learned too much from CD.
Yeah, I think Murphy Bunton will be so much better on the outside. I'm telling you, it's just the way he plays. I think he better so much on the outside. That slot, man, it ain't him, man. That ain't it, man. He be getting toasted, man. He be getting toasted, dog. Like, he gave up a lot of catches. His catch percentage on him is pretty high in the slot. And the league is slot driven. The league is slot driven now. You ain't
about Bowles.
Right. See, that's the thing about it, Bowles, though. Now, remember, this is 3 years in the system, right? So you will figure these guys, like, we can't keep giving them leeway now. Like, you veterans now, like first couple of years, like, they young, they still young. You know what I'm saying? Out of that baby in them, ain't no more baby in no more. Either you got it or you don't.
I would say this: Jamel Dean's catch percentage is actually pretty low. It's one of the top 15.
Inconsistent though.
He'll let up a big play here and there, but what quarterback does it?
I would like SMB against Cup on that last play versus Winfield. You know what I mean?
That was weird.
Winfield, but he was SMB's range, his length.
It was supposed to be like Devin White in the Winfield situation, the communication. It was just like it was just weird. Like, why?
You can't. It seemed like in that situation, you would think on the pro level, if a communication error breaks down, you convert to just go to cover 2, man, everybody back off in this situation, or if you're on the goal line, 0 blitz. Like, it seemed like that shit, you could just throw a signal, hand signal up, and that alert everybody, give a catch.
Better yet, how about you don't blitz Matthew Stafford? Number one against the blitz. That everybody knew that.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but like I said, if that was any other quarterback, looking back at that play, if it wasn't a vested veteran quarterback, I think that was a good play call because he caught that blitz off the rip. Like I think any quarterback that had over so many years that can pick up any blitz, they would have caught that and saw that right away. But if that would have been I'm gonna say it. I believe Mahomes wouldn't have caught that if he was in that situation. I'll say it. Like
we could talk about hindsights all day,
right? I don't know if it was fake news, but or Arians sticking his neck out for Bowles or his dudes, but he said that was his call. That play. I
understood the call. If we'll be having a totally different conversation if that play worked. So that, like I said, I wouldn't have blitzed in that situation, but I get the call, but I don't get how the safety ran down. I just don't get why Winfield Jr. ran forward instead of just backpedaling. I don't get that I don't get it at all.
Panic, man.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the game was it wasn't even a call. It was getting down 27-3 in a blink of an eye. That was the biggest problem.
And it went for the fumbles, we would have got blowed out.
Well, we got our ass whooped.
We would have got toasted. Let's be real. Like Cam Akers kept us in the game.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know if y'all talked about it yet, but did y'all watch this is just my perspective, or did Bruce Arians look like he was? I'm not speculating, but did he look different to you all? Did he look different to y'all if y'all watched that press conference the other day? Because he looked
happy to me.
He looked happy. He was like, I think I'm
He's
happy.
like, I got my cigar. The present from the coaches meeting.
Right.
I'm about to smoke this up. He was happy.
It's still a weird ass way to do it. I mean,
it was fun.
Well, I like the fact that from my perspective, I like that he did it because if it forces the Bucs, they couldn't go out there and look for somebody. You had to hire somebody within, and it was going to be a minority coach. I mean, I felt like that was just a good setup to do it that way.
I think the timing was weird because Brady retired, then he comes back, and then Arians retired. Like it
was super sus.
There's so much going on.
If Brady don't retire, let's say he stayed retired, would this have still happened? I guess that would have been my question, or we would have been in on the Deshaun trade.
But you know what?
I think it would have still happened. If it was not this year, it would have been next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one, it's a lot of pressure on Todd Bowles now because you got your second chance, and Brady's a quarterback. Is pressure because we're gonna be honest about this. When the Bucs lose, it's like LeBron. It ain't Brady's fault; it's y'all fault. And that now everything he does is gonna be questioned. And I'm glad they waited to now because Sean McVay ain't got no more assistants to hire. That's all everybody hires nowadays. But I do hate the fact that everybody talking about, like, not you guys, but the media, get an offensive-minded coach. Work with a quarterback. That's why you got a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. You got to have someone that could lead the team. That's what a head coach is about. And I hope Bowles does a great job. But I just hope people realize the pressure this man is under right now. Because it's Super Bowl or bust with this team.
Do y'all believe that we got to hit on this draft as well, too? Because that's going to impact you the next couple of years, too. I mean, is this one and done with Brady? Like, this is his last go-round regardless?
If you go to the NFC Championship, I think Brady will come back.
Well, it's Super Bowl or bust, but
I'm just saying, like, if you look at a hypothetical question, I mean, yours is a hypothetical question.
Right.
So if you look at, to answer hypothetically, if we go to the NFC Championship, he'll come back. He's going to want to feed more off of that.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, my only concern, I just don't want us to be in cap hell, keep moving the money back.
Look, I get it.
I don't want to be
that. How long can you keep riding this Brady train? At some point, we got to figure this out. It's like we holding on because we scared of what possibly could happen.
This is what I was trying to get to.
I mean, you said Super Bowl or bust.
Say, Brady, you got to go. Is ownership going to say that, or will Bowles be bold enough to say that? Because I guess they don't want to be the guy. I'm the guy that got rid of Brady. Belichick said, "Hey, you ain't holding me hostage."
No, nobody's getting rid of Brady by himself.
Or they gonna let Brady walk on his own turn?
In my personal opinion, I think this is his last season. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I let him walk. I mean, you know, he a lot at this point. We got to build a fortress around him. Yeah, I mean, we taking assets from other portions of the team to solidify around him. Which I mean, it starts with front anywhere on you know, either way on defense or offense. But I mean, the owners, the Glazers, they locked the season ticket holders up. They made them buy season tickets into next year.
Yeah, 2 years.
So it's just like we already got, you know, I mean, once they sold, if he want to walk, if we don't win the Super Bowl, like you said, the Super Bowl or bust. If we don't win, like, you know what I mean?
See, well, I think,
hold us hostage.
I think well, from my perspective, is why the Glazers they didn't force the fit, but I get why they made that decision, because if Brady retires after the season, they don't want like a big drop off in attendance. Like people just be like, I'm out, I'm done, and then it looks really bad. So you put him in a 2-year contract, basically. Oh, you going your season go 2 years? We want 2 years out you. We want 2 years out you at least. And people pay for it. They paid for the tickets. You know, I mean, now you'll see them on secondary markets. I mean, if Brady don't come back, you know what I'm saying, but.
Right, we won't have that draw, that Brady draw like we got, you know, in the player discount.
Oh, it's going to change. Right, it's going to change whenever he leaves this year.
That's what light there for.
It's going to change. It's going to drop off. It's going to drop off. Trust me, y'all know this. Let's not act like we don't. Oh, it's going to stay the same. No, it's not.
No, and one thing also about the discount. Carlton Davis, Kappa got money he would have gotten. Was it Ryan Jensen? Both of them got the money he would have gotten to somewhere else. And people say, like, I know Brady's a draw, hope to win a championship, but the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets always paying people every year because they got the money. And players at the end of the day is going for the money. And I think what happens is, you like Big Bucks was saying, you can't be scared. After a while, the dude's 45. You got a championship. That was the goal. It is hard to win one, much less 2 and 3. The Kansas City Chiefs. You know, so I just think that maybe you can squeeze this last year out. If he wants to keep playing, trade him. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, you have to worry about today, tomorrow. And because there are teams out there that are so desperate at QB, they will give up the form anyway. And, because Kirk Cousins still getting money. So that's how you know teams are desperate for a QB. And I just think that you got what you wanted. You can't be scared. You can't be scared to rebuild. Every team does it.
If I'm
We're not trading Tom Brady, that's just out of the question. I'm sorry.
He's gonna retire. I think he's gonna retire.
If I'm an NFL player, I'm going to get Kirk Cousins' agent.
Yeah.
Facts. That dude getting paid. Like, good God, oh my, you horrible. Well, he's a horrible.
I will tell you guys this. So Lamar Jackson is playing his last year this year, and I'm sure he might be committed with Baltimore. But if we throw some money down, like you know what happened with Deshaun Watson, I don't know.
I think Lamar trying to play the market. He trying to, because think about it. In 2 years, you tell me quarterbacks might not be hitting $60 million a year. Is he gonna try to play? Is he gonna try to play a game of poker with them to?
Thanks to Deshaun Watson, $230 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed everything.
No matter what happens.
But what is Lamar banking on? Is he banking on his running skills? Because if he's banking on his leg, he needs to get paid now. Or is he banking, I can play for 10 years and still be a prolific passer and still run and not drop off? Like, what is he looking at? Like, I think
from Florida. Where is he from? Florida?
Miami area.
What's up, RP?
Yep.
Eli, what's up,
man? What's up, man? What's up?
You might want to bank on the no state tax too.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I mean, we could go for Lamar. I mean, but we got it like like somebody said, like that Brady situation. You don't want to call it a situation where we got an opportunity to get a much younger quarterback, but we banking on 45, 46-year-old quarterback. Like, yeah, we got to hold on to this. Like, really? Like, teams don't do that. Teams don't do that. Like, we the only team.
Belichick took hell for it, but you see, he only took the hit for 1 year.
We the only team out there right now that's doing this. Yeah. Look at all the teams. We the only one holding on. Because think about this. It can get real. Think about this. You mean to tell me if Brady don't play, we drop off that much?
Yeah, the odds were big. I think it was doubled. So the odds was 20-1, and then when Brady came back, the odds was 10-1.
Right. We in the top 5 as far as favorite to win the Super Bowl. Well, that's what I'm saying is if we're banking on, every year we're going to bank on a 45, 46, 47-year-old player to keep us afloat. That's dangerous. That's playing Russian roulette.
These odd makers, did they look at Tampa's schedule? Because don't that come out in a couple of weeks before the draft?
Yeah.
Because I'm just curious who we gonna open up against this year.
It's gonna be a big game. We know that.
So I know I'm a little late, but what's the situation with Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles? Like, what's going on? I don't know all the details around it.
And anybody want to take that?
Succession plan.
I know Arians moved up, but I'm trying.
That's where to put it.
I know Arians moved up, but it's like
gave him the keys to the Lambo.
And also he gave it to him in a situation where it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like
NFC South.
Like think about that for a second. Like most of the times in situation you get the trashy team and you get fired in 2 years. You know, it's like he set up for success. But the question is how long will the success last with Brady? 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years, 5 more years? Like, because I'm telling y'all, I understand the love affair, but at some point got to move on.
Shit, what's the saying?
Well, we were all ready to move on this year. It's just that he so happened to come back.
That's why I say
the only thing is he has no contract next year and so forth. That's the biggest difference. That's why we are not going to trade him. And we're going to ride it out with him because we went to the playoffs this year. Or last year, I should say. So we're still going to ride out with Tom Brady.
His contract out, and then he's going to go to San Francisco because Jimmy G and Trey Lance going to bomb out. Shanahan is going to drop his pride and sign it.
That's fine.
My thing is, what we gonna do with my boy, man? What we gonna do with that boy Trask, man? This is gonna be what, third time?
Man, you already know what we gonna do.
They're signing Ryan Griffin as well.
He's gonna be ready. Trask.
Hey, it's gonna be a competition for the backup quarterback now with Ryan Griffin and Trask.
He better not be.
No more Blaine Gabbert. No more Blaine Gabbert.
I'm back.
No more Blaine Gabbert. No more.
I was happy to see that.
Man. No, but Trask might beat something. I don't know, man. He might suck. I don't know. I just know.
I'm telling you, if you look at some of the preseason games, it's just I didn't think it was that great.
I'm gonna say this: if that young man is not the backup this year, oh boy.
No, better yet, take a step further than that. He got to make the dress squad this year. The heck with being the backup, can he even make the dress squad?
I know y'all really high on Trask, but he probably is not that great.
If he don't make,
I'm not saying what.
Hey, look,
say that about everybody. Yeah. You can say that about all them Georgia defensive line. You can say that.
I got a question.
You don't know. We ain't gonna know until when they play. Until when they actually get a track.
This is how you know.
If you're not the backup, it's a problem.
Yep.
This is how you know. You playing against the practice squad. You playing against the first and second defensive team. And if he's not excelling on any of those phases, he's definitely not going to excel going against starters in the NFL.
But that's with any of them. I just say, man, just give him a chance.
I'm saying they probably will give him a chance with the practice squad, the first defense, and the second defense. If he ain't doing well, you really think they're just going to throw him out there?
Yo, how many years Ryan Griffin been in the league, and how many has he got any real?
Ryan Griffin ain't played not one down. He been on the Bucs for at least off and on like 4 years.
He played one game,
He's a preseason starter.
No, he played the Colts game in 2019 to start the second half. He played like the first 3 plays.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's right. He did.
Yeah, because we was up. That's the only reason.
But he didn't start it.
Well, all I'm saying is
he tenured.
If Kyle Trask is not the backup quarterback, we have a problem.
I'm sticking to what I said last year. At that draft, at that draft pick, we should have got the dude from Alabama, that D lineman. They let him go to New England. I stand by that.
We're gonna have to move on from this horrible pick. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as any pick like Robert Aguayo. I'll just say that much.
I hope my boy get his chance, man, because man, all my QBs that went to my school and got a chance turned out to be absolute doo-doo. Jeff Driscoll and Tebow
it's horrible.
Yeah. Only saving grace was Chris Leak.
Our only saving grace was Rex Grossman. He was only good for like a couple years.
And Rex Grossman. Rex Grossman and Danny Wolper was probably the best quarterbacks to
Danny
come out of
Werf.
Florida.
Danny
to the
Werf.
NFL.
No,
I ain't never seen
Grossman.
nobody throw the
Speaking
ball
of,
in
he
the
was the
rain like
biggest
that.
finesse.
They went to the
Rex
Super
Grossman.
Bowl and they lost against the Colts.
Yeah, I'm
In
saying
Miami.
Rex
he the last
Grossman
good one.
finessed the hell out of the Bears. I think finessed him so bad. He
Mhm.
cashed
mean,
in and he was lazy.
Who did he have with the Bears besides Thomas Jones? All he had to do was turn around and hand the ball off.
And he had Devin Hester on punt return. That was it.
That's it. He
Him and
wasn't even
Hester.
that receiver though.
That's part of the problem.
They had no offense, man. They had no offense, man. They was all defense driven, man.
Yeah, they was all defense. Urlacher and the safety. I forget his name, but that's it.
Lance Briggs,
Peanut Tillman too,
Peanut
right?
Tillman.
And pretty much him. Yes.
Oh yeah, tell
Yeah,
me.
that
Mike Brown, the safety.
Yeah, Chris Conti.
Mr.
No.
Fumble, man.
Mike
Good
Brown
name.
was the safety. No,
Hey, don't ever say that Conti word again. Don't say that. I still get
What's
flashbacks.
that?
And that's still farm.
Who is Chris Conti? I never heard of that.
Let's call him
23?
still
Yeah.
farm. That's what he call him. Still
Was it
farm.
Jesse James that ruined it?
No,
Brother,
Vance
Pittsburgh
McDonald.
Steelers.
Oh,
The tight
okay.
end.
I don't like to discuss that name. That's the point.
Exactly. Don't even use that name.
I thought that was
I
banned
still
on this
get
station.
flashbacks from that.
Damn.
So okay, so let me ask y'all this then. Let's bring it back to the coaching perspective.
I got a coaching question when after you finish.
With Todd Bowles. I put my hand out there on over the oven fan base, to see how everybody feeling about it. A lot of mixed reviews. Man. A lot of negativity and some good stuff, but man, it seems like some folks ain't happy with this, man.
They still treat Todd Bowles like he's the Jets coach. They treat him like he's the same guy that coached the Jets when he's not. He got a lot more talent now, and we're in a different situation. Like, it's completely different. I get how he struggled in New York, but he done learned and changed a lot since then.
Even if you look at his numbers, because he was defensive, coach in New York, obviously. But the numbers was up there. His defenses was ranked top 10, similar to ours. So
do we think he gonna stay as head coach and defensive coordinator, or y'all think he gonna sign somebody before the regular season?
He said he gonna stay. He said he gonna still call the defensive plays. He said that.
So I guess he's gonna be the coordinator.
Co-defensive DC is gonna be who was it?
Casey Rogers and Larry Foote.
Yeah,
but they was with him in Casey Rogers was with him in New York in the Jets.
I got a draft question. Now that Bowles is our head coach, and we all know we got to go defense first 2. Somebody say first 3 rounds. Does his philosophy change any with him and the GM as opposed to Arians and the GM, or is Arians still going to be influencing, like he said, into the draft? I think he's still going to have
we're all in the same page. We're going to get a defensive line.
Hold up. I'm gonna touch on this real quick on my perspective on this Arians senior consultant thing. Stand over there and be quiet.
That's what they think. I think that's what they should do. But we're gonna know. Matter of fact, we're gonna know. We're gonna know how much of an influence is if we come out and throw the ball on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down without even trying to run. That's still some Arians influence because they don't try to run on 1st and 2nd. That tell me we still running the same schemes that we was running last season.
This offense is going to be truly Brady's offense now without BA's influence or Vito overstepping his ground and changing the play. Like, it's going to be all Brady. Right?
I thought BA said he didn't do anything. He said another word, but he didn't do anything. That's what he said.
As far as coaching,
I
think he will heavily be influenced through the draft because he has a good eye.
He said he came through with the red pen though. Scratching out the game plan.
I think it's this, and I don't know if y'all talk about it or not, but I think Rosa went to the Chiefs. He'll resign. So what y'all think we doing there running?
I think we got to pick up one in the 4th or 5th round in the draft. There's no other choice.
Red pen.
He'll back in.
We ain't got no 5th round.
All right, well, 4th round then.
You think it's that deep to go in the? We can get one in the 5th.
You gotta go 3rd round. If Cook is there at 3, you gotta take him.
Cook is in 3, yes, but I think Cook gonna be going to 2nd, honestly, late 2nd.
Wow.
Because I was reading them out. Because I'm a Gators fan. Isaiah know this, but I follow Florida State too, and he had a lot of people at Florida State pro day last Saturday. There was a lot of people in there, and everybody was like, "Why we there? We here to see Cook." Because Florida State got some defensive linemen, but they had a struggling season, so one was doing it.
They there for Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, but they was there also watching Cook to see what his because I guess he had some kind of ankle injuries down the end of the season.
What did he run in
But
the 40? He ran up. What did
I
he
didn't see his 40 run, but I'm sure it wasn't. It probably wasn't the best, but I'm sure it wasn't the worst.
But he's smooth though. He's smooth. He's smooth.
Exactly. He makes people miss. He makes you miss. He can run in the hole. That's what I like.
And he can catch.
And what's that other running back they had too? Zamir White. I like him too.
That's Zamir White. Zamir White was
that boy. There's
nice too, dog. It was nice. They 1-2 punch. Look, the Bucs got the opportunity in the later rounds to grab.
But see, that's the thing though. With Fournette already being the bruiser, do we get another bruiser?
Like, no, we need to catch him back. We got to get somebody that can catch the ball.
Gio got hit. We re-signed Gio. Gio got the hand. So now we need a
Gio is old.
Red pen. No, red pen. No.
Gio, he said red pen. No.
Keyshawn Vaughn, Giovanni Bernard, and Kenyon Barner ain't gonna cut it behind Fournette. I'm telling y'all.
That's what I'm saying. So we need that one cut guy.
We need somebody better.
Cook is the guy. Cook is that one cut guy.
Hit that hole and get missing.
Do we think that Gronk is gonna just decide he just holding out right now? He coming back, or what we doing at tight end? Because I think he coming back. I think he just waiting so he can get past the pre-training camp and all that. He don't want to do all that training. He's gonna come back 2 weeks, 3 weeks before preseason game 1 is what I think.
I think he's waiting for the money to be right. That's all.
It's like he went on the money and he don't want to go to OTAs. I get it.
You think he's gonna take less?
He's still one of the best. Truth be told, we need him.
Man, he will do anything for Tom Brady. Let me tell you.
You know. Let me give y'all another side of it though. Wouldn't it be crazy? Be like, I'm good. I don't want to come back. Wouldn't that be crazy?
No.
I think somebody. Hey, I saw somebody hit me with a April Fool's joke yesterday by Gronk not doing that, saying I'm good, gonna go into retirement. I seen some April Fool jokes about that yesterday.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if he don't play one more season with
Brady. He don't come back, Brady is gonna heavily influence them to get some type of tight end that can block.
That's what I'm saying. Like because Cameron Brate is a great receiver, but his blocking ain't where it need to be at. If we ain't gonna get a running back, we got to get a tight end. Like that's no option.
Yeah, our running options will not be great without a good tight end.
Without another blocking tight end, we gonna have a problem.
Y'all think we could probably get that boy out of Colorado State?
Trey McBride?
Yeah,
nice
for a tight end.
Yeah.
What about Woods? I heard of him.
He could block decently, and I think he got the best hands out of all the tight ends.
I don't know, but there is this one kid. He's a brother of some dude from Pittsburgh, Cameron. I don't know, but he's a tight end. Might be a low key good pickup.
With the two little rookie running linebackers that we got last year, late round pick, the boy from Auburn and the guy with the long hair that was special teams like Warriors.
Grant Stewart.
Do we like them behind Levante? Because Levante is getting older. He ain't got hurt, thank God. But I think we need more depth at linebacker as well.
This is last year his contract too.
That too, and he gonna want to get paid to stay in Tampa. He gonna want that money.
Yeah, but that's why we drafted
Grant Stewart year. It's going to be big Grant Stewart year.
He want that Bobby Wagner contract.
Exactly. Because if you look at it, they're very comparable to Bobby Wagner. So I wouldn't expect no less.
Well, the Rams
wait. The Bobby Wagner contract is front loaded, folks. Let's not get that twisted. It's front loaded.
I mean, I haven't seen the contract details.
It's 5 years, $50 million can go up to $65 million, but a lot of that money is up front, like the first 2 years.
So that's in like incentives and stuff like that to get it.
Mm-hmm.
That boy, the Rams out there, Army.
No, wait. Now, see, people, and I'm glad I did my research on this. I knew this was gonna pop up. See, what people don't realize is Jared Goff and Todd Gurley's money came off the books. $38 million of dead cap came off. So the Rams had plenty of money. People don't realize this. $38 million came off their books because of Todd Gurley and Jared Goff. So they had money. That's why they went and got Allen Robinson and they got Bobby Wagner because they had a lot of money and they restructured Cooper Kupp's contract. So they doing it.
And Aaron Donald too.
Aaron Donald.
Didn't they extend Matthew Stafford?
And Matthew Stafford too. They extended him. So they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. We gotta deal with them. They ain't going nowhere.
Look, we ain't worried about them.
Should be.
I was watching NFL Live today, and like 3 of the people on the NFL Live thing picked Tampa. The only one that picked the Rams from the NFC is that, I guess, Sam Acho guy.
You should
he said the Rams. We should. I think outside the Rams, they are our biggest competition.
I'm worried about our team right now.
But then again, here's the thing.
That part, but I'm just saying from an opponent's perspective, like people that's in the way of the Bucs, the Rams is one of them.
Listen, here's another thing. Don't overlook this. If Trey Lance can come out and just don't turn the ball over like Garoppolo, I'm not sleeping on the 49ers either. Because their offense is loaded, but they got the rookie quarterback. So, but if he come out and be that guy,
they still have Jimmy G, so they're gonna run with him.
They actually gonna end up keeping that dude. Watch, they gonna end up
I said he wasn't going nowhere. You was within a play of going to the interception within going to the Super Bowl again with him. Why would you trade him?
If he don't throw that interception, the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nah, Jaquiski Tartt had hands the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah, Tartt. Yeah,
I mean, if you think about this, it's only a $24 million cap hit this year. I mean, that's an easy trade if a team if they really wanted him.
If he ain't going by now, he ain't going nowhere.
I said if he wasn't traded
on top of that,
one dude was traded. When Carson Wentz got traded and Jimmy G was still on the 49ers, I knew he wasn't getting traded.
Well, the owner said, he made it clear. He was like, "We are very prepared to keep Jimmy G. Like, we're not tripping. They got the room. They got the room to keep him."
Yeah, they said that like almost a month ago.
Yeah, they're fine with keeping him. They're not tripping. Like, oh, we got to get rid of him. You know.
I think they were just trying to finesse. They were just trying to finesse a first round pick out of somebody. That's really all the trade talk was.
It ain't happening.
They were going to come on, John Lynch. Look how he done finessed the folks out of picks. Come on now.
He got 2 picks.
Say what now?
You want to try to get a second round pick for Jimmy G, but ain't nobody giving no second round pick for no Jimmy G.
I mean, he finessed the Bucs out of 2 picks just to move up one spot, and then them picks he got out of the Bears. I mean, come on. So he probably could have sold to somebody.
Hey, look here. We could have had John a long time. We could have had John a long time.
That's
to be the GM at one time.
Sheldon, I think Sheldon Quarles was the assistant player personnel director, was it? I think it was Sheldon Quarles or one of those guys, the linebackers back in the day.
Yeah, Sheldon.
He was in there. I ain't know his title. Yeah, he was in there though.
Yeah, he's still in there, I believe. I think he's still in there. I haven't heard about him leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sheldon Quarles in there.
I've always wondered why John Lynch didn't try to work with our front office. It seemed like he was happy here. And
you had Mark Dominic in front of him. Shit, would you want to work here too?
Mark Dominic, boy, that clown. If you notice, haven't got a job since.
You sign a punter to a max deal with $60 million in cap space and got the audacity to defend that.
Man, when they signed Roberto Aguayo, I said, "Who the hell is that?"
Isn't that a Jason Light?
That was Jason Light. Wait a minute.
That was Jason Light. He's traded back in the second round for that.
That's the worst pick Jason had ever done.
We ain't let that
but still though, drafting the kicker in general like that early, I was like,
I mean, but think about his stats in college. He was the most accurate kicker ever.
And so was Evan McPherson.
But he hit though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. Hey, but I'm gonna say this: when they drafted Roberto, the Bucs made him change his kicking style. So I read a report. They changed it up, so that had a lot to do with him.
Hey, look, that dude left some points on the board and cost us some games. But that
wasn't some games, ain't the word.
But that was overlooked because it was the media, and that's a whole nother story. But look, the Bucs this season, it's going to be challenging. You know, looking at the opponents home and away, it's going to be a challenge. And
at least we in the AFC though. We're not there, at least.
It's going to be fun to watch because every game going to be like, or outside of the Panthers twice and the Falcons twice, every game after that, every game outside of that, like the other 13 games, it's going to be like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Who are we playing? Steelers, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Saints, Cowboys. What?
Every week is prime time.
Every week is going to be like, oh, I can't take this no more. What's going on? Because we're going to look, I guarantee you, we're going to have a lot of these conversations arguing. You know, we're going to be like, what's happening? What's going on? Look, just be prepared for that stuff. Just be prepared for it. Because I'm telling you, these games going to be really good. And we're not blowing everybody out. All right, you can see the schedule. We're not blowing everybody out. It's going to be close. We'll win some close games. We're going to lose some. But we're going to win some close games. But we're going to get them called. We're going to get a couple balls roll our way. We're going to get a couple calls go our way, some injuries. You know, all this play a factor. Hopefully, it plays in our favor. Let's keep it real.
We don't have a Washington game, are we?
Do we got them on our schedule?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying we're gonna play like we did against Washington.
Hey, I wanna ask you this. Who y'all think we're gonna play in Germany?
Scrub. What was the question?
Who we gonna play in Germany? Who we think we're gonna play in Germany?
The Panthers.
Probably from the division.
They're gonna be the Panthers.
Yeah, we played the Panthers in London the other year.
There you
We'll
go.
probably play them again.
Yeah.
So they're gonna bring out them creamsicles, try to look good to beat up on the Panthers.
I mean, that Germany game is gonna work good because you got Brady going over there. They may, I just can't see them scheduling a marquee team like that over there.
What you
I'm
know,
gonna tell you what. The Panthers, keep an eye out for the draft because they might pick up Malik.
Willis or Pickett. Yeah.
The
I mean, they got
draft is
the
number
thing about the
6.
Panthers, though. The thing about the Carolina Kitty Cats, if you look at some of their pieces, I mean, they're straight. Like, you know, that quarterback
They
situation.
got something in the back of the hand on that book, and just
Shit, even Mariota added dimension to it. Mariota added dimension to Atlanta potentially. I don't know. I ain't seen him.
Atlanta ain't got no line. He's gonna be running for his dear life.
he's gonna pass the touchdown to himself. So.
Look, Atlanta made it clear. Hey, Mariota, take these lumps.
Atlanta
made it clear.
is going around bragging that they got 110 in cap space next year.
Oh, they're gonna be spending like the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're gonna be spending.
They better bring every free agent in and take them to Magic City if they want to get them to sign.
Lemon pepper for you. Magic City. Oh, okay. I'm saying, like,
What's their draft pick? The Falcons.
They got
8.
8, right?
Is it 8? Oh, they might get another quarterback too.
And they
They
got a
ain't
couple.
doing it this year. It don't make sense.
They got a couple second rounders too. Like, right? They got a couple second rounders.
They got. Yep.
So I mean, you know, the Rams got a lot of picks too in this draft.
The
Yeah.
Rams.
Now, you seen the Chiefs draft picks this year. You seen how they're set up? 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s in the
they got
first.
some firepower.
Firepower, man.
The Rams ain't have to give up no picks for Von Miller.
He was a free agent.
They traded for Matthew Stafford.
No, it was a trade for Von Miller.
Oh yeah.
It was a later.
They gave up their second. Yeah, they gave up 2.
But
the
it's like they received the pick and they gave the pick up, something like that.
When the Rams pick first round again?
One pick in the first round or the second round for like the next 2 years.
Yeah, they gave it up. They
a lot of the Rams picks are like later rounds. You know what's so crazy? 75% of their roster is draft picks. Oh, it was drafted.
Yep. Ain't but like 3: Jalen, Bobby Wagner, and Leonard.
They got good scallops.
Just saying. Like,
dude, imagine, you ever thought about this though? Look at that D line the Rams had before McVay got there under Jeff Fisher. Imagine how nasty that line was. Robert Quinn, Chris Long, and Aaron Donald.
Oh man.
Woo. Think about that. That was a murder row D line.
If you look at the NFC, the only teams that stand in the Bucs way that will be a challenge, in my opinion, and y'all can have y'all input on this, is the Saints, the Rams. And when I say not a challenge or like just there, Saints, Rams, Packers, and the Cowboys because of the weak NFC East, the Cardinals and the 49ers. Outside of that, I don't see anybody.
I'm not too worried about the Cardinals.
I'm just saying that they'll be in the running to go into the playoffs.
Regular season, I might be worried about the Saints, but I don't think they're gonna go to the playoffs. I don't see that. No.
I'm
not worried about the
Cardinals. Just a little bit.
I'm not worried about the Cardinals unless we play them early in the season. If we play them later, I'm not worried because they always fall apart towards the end of the season.
Yep.
I agree with what you said. Like the teams that are in front of the Bucs that could be a potential threat in the NFC. Green Bay, we really gonna see what Aaron Rodgers can do now. You ain't got nothing. They're
gonna draft 2 receivers finally.
Gonna draft
probably 4.
2 in the first round.
I guarantee you. Watch. I guarantee you.
I'm willing to bet you, boy from Arkansas and Chris Olave go to Green Bay.
You know, I like Garrett Wilson. I think he's gonna be a better player.
But let me ask y'all this: how do y'all see the Cardinals as a threat?
They got talent.
They got a nice defense.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They got Murray. They still have D-Hop.
Yeah,
D-Hop can stay healthy.
They gotta stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's my point. Like, are they going? JJ Watt is not the same player he once was.
He was a problem until he got hurt. Well, as usual, but before he got hurt, he was. Oh my God!
And then the Cardinals on the back end ain't no joke. Them DBs can play. Buddha and all them and Byron, them boys can play.
Yeah.
And then don't forget my boy coming up, Marco. Marco was good his first year.
And Simmons too. And Simmons.
Simmons. Some boys.
They still don't got Jones anymore though.
Well, who's your receivers besides D Hop?
They got the boy Rondale Moore.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
he's
was one of
good.
them.
D Hop and what's the other guy? Number
Green,
86.
AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green. They got that
He's
other
a
dude.
free agent.
He a
The
free, I
Linky.
think he a free agent.
But yeah,
He
he
a
probably
free
come back.
agent.
That
Green is a
Linky,
free agent.
that Linky dude, number
We
80,
know it ain't Christian Kirk.
86, 85, 80. The dude, he played for Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech, and he
Then
actually
they got Zach
emerged.
Ertz too.
He
They got Zach
emerged.
Ertz, right?
Yeah,
He,
Zachary, yeah, the tight end.
he emerged. The dude
Okay.
that's the receiver, like the third receiver. He's actually nice too. So they explosive. Look, let's be real. They gotta stay healthy.
Okay.
D Hop alone
I
is
was just actually, like I said,
man.
I didn't pay attention to them, even though they were a playoff team. I was just like,
Well, I mean, if you look at our schedule or our opponents on the schedule, a lot of aggressive fronts.
yeah.
A lot of
That's
aggressive fronts.
why I say we really gonna truly see what we're made of. Like I was saying earlier, the front seven matchups is what a game is gonna be won for a lot of games.
Or don't we play the Ravens too, right?
Yeah, like I said,
we play the whole AFC North, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no red line in there.
What is it? AFC North, and what's the NFC division we play?
NFC North.
No, we got the West.
And
We
the
got
the North.
We got the West.
North.
Yeah, we're gonna play the Niners, the Cardinals.
We just put. I thought we didn't play the West a couple years
Nah,
ago.
the schedule makes us. I don't know how they like to put us with the Rams. I don't know what's going on.
We don't play them the last 4 years?
Yeah, we verse the Rams every year. Every year.
Why they keep doing that?
We don't play
have to take a trip to LA to watch him. Damn.
29.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they making me like, I got to go out there. Like, golly, man.
Go see SoFi Stadium real quick.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm be there anyways.
I hope they let us go out to Vegas again because I'm going this time.
You know what's gonna be an interesting game though? The Bengals and the Ravens game. When the Bucs played them, two young teams. They got some.
We got them at home too,
and it's interesting though. I'm very curious about those two games. Those
Bengals made sure they upgraded their line too.
We better torch Alex Kappa when we play the Bengals.
We played a whole, I think AFC West. I mean, not AFC West, AFC North. I think.
I'm happy we don't play the AFC West.
Oh my God,
that division's insane.
Boy, look, last man standing. Last man.
That was 2 years ago.
No, like think about it. The AFC West is like the NFC West. 3 of them gonna get in. 3 of them gonna get in. Let's be real.
Like Rojo out in Kansas City, him and Juju. I guess they got that USC connection.
What's going on? Y'all think Rojo gonna do something there? Y'all think he gonna?
No,
he ain't gonna block.
I think he will.
They got Scanlon too. Valdez Scanlon.
No, Andy Reid coach team, no adjustments. He's full of himself. He believes in his system. Won't run the ball. No.
It's gonna be like a Le'Veon Bell. When he got picked up after the Jets. Then
Le'Veon Bell, he was washed anyway, so I can't really.
Yeah. So yeah, I just look at it. It's the whole.
It could be a sneaky.
The whole NFC West.
Well, okay. What if
one good play, 2 good plays?
What if Ronald Jones all of a sudden has become this team? Like he just become.
I mean, right back that they got right now.
They got Clyde Edwards. They got Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He ain't gonna pass up Clyde Edwards.
But
Didn't they get picked him up last in the
don't
first
the Chiefs
round?
run like that pulling offense, like that little motion option offense? You know what I'm saying? They got a guard pulling around. I think Roger's pretty good at that, putting his foot and then hitting one hole.
If Rojo turn around, if Rojo turn around and have like 1,100 yards total offense, I'm gonna be like, man, like why you gonna do that with us? Like
because of BA. Because of BA. Watch.
Yeah, it'd be
because the Dirt had a couple good runs. Let's not forget.
Watch, OJ's gonna have a beast of a year. Watch. He's gonna go do his thing too.
Well, he got Dawson Knox.
OJ.
He got Dawson Knox.
Yeah, exactly.
OJ gonna fuck around and be an Eric Ebron.
Oh,
damn.
Oh,
hey, so I'm gonna ask you guys this: Eric Ebron or OJ?
Ebron.
I like Ebron.
Ebron.
He that far down?
Yeah.
He at least healthy. He at least stay healthy.
But he is in the office that we can probably get to see him, make something happen,
Josh Allen gonna love OJ. Watch what I tell you. Watch. He gonna throw it to OJ. Watch what I tell you.
He love throwing to Dawson Knox. He love throwing to Dawson Knox. I mean, why not? I mean, what about
Dawson Knox come out OJ in the game and they got what's the name double covered? He gonna hit OJ 6'6". So you think Jordan Whitehead gonna do something?
He's gonna look at that ball and then drop it.
You think Jordan Whitehead gonna do something on Robert Sala's defense?
I think Jay White pretty good. I think he's gonna do something.
Yeah.
He's over there.
In the AFC East, AFC what's that? What division they in? Is it a lot of passing offenses? I mean,
look at it. Really... They got the Jets, the Dolphins, the Patriots.
Patriots definitely passing the ball.
The Bills,
the Dolphins, Tyreek and
they
gonna torch. They might get torched. Jordan might get.
Tua can't throw that far. Come on, relax.
Yeah. Hey, look! They got a Lamborghini with a governor on it. That's not the quarterback for that offense, man. That is.
When they play the Dolphins, Jordan. When they play the Dolphins,
I think Jordan Whitehead gonna have a lot of.
You're gonna have to run back 50 yards.
Nah, I think Jay White gonna have a lot of forced fumbles.
They're going to have two Marcus Mays back there. Jordan going to be in the box. Watch.
Yeah, don't put Jordan on Tyreek. He'll get torched.
Hold on. Jordan White came out on Twitter. He was like, y'all see I can't cover. Like, what's up? Like, y'all coming at me all of a sudden.
He must be watching you, Bucko.
He came out and said that. He was like, oh, y'all trying to say I can't cover now. Oh, what's going on?
Jordan wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
He was an inside the box safety. Let's just be for real. Let's just call it like it is.
Man, he had
his tackling was superb though.
It was bad though. Jordan will pop you. He will pop you.
I mean, I think Mike Edwards could have done the same thing, given more snaps.
Yeah, we about to see that.
Edwards more of a cover guy. Mike
Edwards could be a little bozo.
Edwards might have over 5 interceptions this year. He always be getting.
He'll get a lot more playing time.
A lot of interceptions too. You remember when he first got to the Bucs, how many interceptions he dropped?
I mean, you play defense, you can't catch. That's the way it goes. You can't catch.
Well, he hit him right in the hand. Though.
Mike Edwards be catching.
Yeah,
and Antoine catching too.
I seen the one interception he had against the Broncos when we played them, that one-handed pick. I said, okay, Mike.
Well, Jordan Whitehead is an ankle tackling dude, boy. My gosh,
he will get by you. He reminds me of like a Levante David being able to go around the defender and tackle you.
Ankle. Oh God.
And then the boy will move you. The boy's strong.
You know what? He'll match up very well against Josh Allen because how he tackles. Josh Allen with the power quarterback run and Jordan Whitehead.
An angry run.
Whitehead likes to use his shoulder. He likes to use his shoulder too.
Right,
shoulder person.
Right.
Y'all think him and Marcus May is a good combo?
Who?
Yeah.
Him and Marcus May. Y'all think?
I thought Marcus May went to the Saints.
He went to the Saints.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Shit, we definitely in trouble then.
But the Saints just lost their other.
We got Andy Dalton. Come on now.
Do we think? Good question. Do you think Michael Thomas is going to come out the gate this year?
Hold on, I thought Winston was going to never start again.
Winston was going down.
But
I know that. I'm just saying, like, based on what I've heard for the last few years, he'll never start again. He's horrible.
They don't know football. They dumb.
That's what I heard.
I never heard that. Our fan base did say that.
Our fan base burned the jersey as soon as he left. They were running over and everything.
Did say
you know what's so crazy? Dennis Allen came out and said Taysom Hill is not even playing quarterback this year. He gonna focus.
Good.
I remember it was like CFL working at Publix. He'll never start again. He's horrible.
Oh man.
And then the fan base really got mad the night the Saints beat us that bad. Then James was caught on camera eating the W in the Saints uniform.
That's why, and it's the thing about football. That's why I didn't hop on that train. I was like, I'm not getting on that train. And a couple years later, he started. He's starting again.
And he was doing well before he got injured.
And then that boy
they were 5-2
against us.
I didn't follow that. I didn't follow that narrative. I was like, I'm gonna sit back and watch this.
The dude. Let's be for real. He went number one for a reason. Listen, I ain't gonna call that dude star. Regardless of the turnover,
I watch football, and I watch football. I wasn't stupid enough to stay on that stuff. I was not that emotional and that naive to be like, oh, he's never. I was like, no, I ain't saying that. Like,
hey, let me ask you.
He's definitely one of the best college quarterbacks.
Yeah,
he's starting again.
Who's more hated in the Bucs fan base, Gerald McCoy or Jameis Winston?
Oh,
Jameis, 100%. Jameis.
Yeah. It was all his fault. He was the reason why the Bucs defense was bad. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, he's the reason why OJ Howard juggled the ball behind his back. I don't know how he did that.
The Bucs defense was bad because of Winston.
He's
the reason. He's the reason why Brashad. He's the reason why Brashad Perriman and Jack Cruz Rogers ran into each other. Like I don't understand. Remember that?
But Jameis.
He's the reason.
Yeah, that's what Isaiah always said. But James.
Come on. Hit it, man.
Touchdown.
He the reason Fitzmagic happened. He the
touchdown
reason
Drew Brees. Touchdown Michael Thomas. But Jameis. Like,
hey, you remember?
Hey, my thing with Jameis, when I saw him throw that pretty ball when we was playing against the Saints and it was a touchdown, I said, "Oh no, we can't go out like this." Not like this. Not like this. This boy Jameis just came in the game.
You know it's so bad. You know it's so bad when you're like, we can't throw a pick, and he throws a pick, man.
Right.
So
I'm
like, oh yeah, Jameis he finna throw a pick, and he throw a pretty ball. I said, boy, what?
Look.
You remember when he was pumping up the ball and like Donovan Smith couldn't hold his blocker and he hit his elbow on Donovan's back and the ball dropped?
You talking about that Seattle game?
Yep.
Yeah. And they were like, Jameis, how'd you drop the ball?
But if you slow the tape down, you're seeing Donovan Smith get pushed back.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it with Jameis. I would challenge any. I know they gotta paint a narrative, but I would tell any NFL analyst on ESPN, Fox, I'll tell them sit down and watch all of 2019 with your football cap on. Take your emotions out of it, and I guarantee you'll be like, okay. Jameis wasn't the problem. He was part of the problem, but he wasn't the scapegoat. But he was made the scapegoat.
You got to think about it. That was low hanging fruit. It was easy to pick him out. It was easy. It's low hanging fruit. 30 interceptions. That's easy.
I mean, dude, we don't. You know? If we had a kicker, we in the playoffs, and he don't even reach 30. I mean,
yeah, we don't lose the Falcons game. We don't lose Seattle. We shouldn't have lost the Tennessee Titans game. And
don't lose the Giants
too.
The only
Giants too.
Bastard missed the kick right there at the end.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, so there's a couple of videos that broke his interceptions down, like clear as day, like miscommunication. Even Arians said this. Godwin came out and said it. But remember, even though Arians came out and said it, Godwin came out and said it, and even the film showed you that it didn't matter. That was not the narrative.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter if it was no risk and no biscuit. It was
if he would have had,
you know why?
If he would have had those 33 touchdowns in the,
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
So it matters because as a quarterback, you should be able to read the defense. Mm-hmm. If you know the defense, you'll change your audibles and you'll make the right play. You don't shouldn't be throwing 30 picks.
But you're missing context on that too.
But look at Tom Brady.
He was throwing picks and they changed the offense.
Yeah, they changed it after that bye week. He said no.
We cut the picks by half.
Dude, but that's not the point. The point is Arians' system is known for that. There's no refuting that. You can't refute that.
He was in 2 turnover-prone offenses, Dort, Cutter, and BA.
Vertical offenses, look.
Yeah, but Jameis never really took advantage of changing the audibles.
He was a straight guy. Jameis didn't want to challenge. He was a yes guy.
Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. I mean, Tom Brady and James. Come on, man. Like, that's not
great quarterback.
Nah, man.
But like no one.
I'm changing the audible.
No one ever talked about like the pretty balls that he threw, like in that Atlanta game when he threw it right between like the two.
That is not the narrative. That was not the narrative.
That ball was great though, like right between those two defenders, right in Godwin's hands.
It was so bad. It was so. This how you know it was bad. It's so bad when the Giants game should have been won. And they still blamed him.
He didn't throw no picks.
He should have thrown a better ball to Mike Evans. Mike Evans would have scored.
He still ran up under the ball.
Nope.
The thing where I almost gave up on Jameis was when we was playing the Rams and it was in Tampa and the game got rained out and everybody came back. And instead of this man just running in for the end zone open clear as day, he forced the ball and throw a pick. I was like, oh my God, boy. He
had a rough time here, man. It's like you know, he had some good times, he had some bad times. You know what I'm saying? And
you remember
it's accumulation of a lot of stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we should have saw that coming after your first NFL throw.
And think about it. What coach would think about this? What coach would allow their quarterback to get that far with the interceptions? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have some as a coach. Now we could point the finger at the players all day, but as a coach, your job is to make sure your players is in the right position and not fail like that. Like even Sean Payton said this. Sean Payton said it was a lot of dirty hands in them 30 picks. Now this is Sean Payton. I'm not refuting nothing he say because he's been there long enough so we can sit here and run our mouth and paint the picture. But when Sean Payton literally sat there and said it was a lot of dirty hands in that stat, that's an ugly stat, and it's not just Winston. There was dirty hands involved with that. That was an eye opener. from Sean Payton, a great play caller.
You saw how many Tampa fans got mad when he said that.
He literally said dirty hands. And I know what he meant by that. I know what he was talking about. And Winston took a lot of that heat, but that's how he is. But
I mean,
right,
Sean Payton's got to be the last person to be saying there's a lot of dirty hands.
That's not the point. That's not the point. He's talking about that's two different. That's two different.
Hey, Jameis.
He's talking about
Jameis got records.
He's talking about from a quarterback. We're talking about football perspective, right? He literally looking at the tape, and as a great play caller, he said that's dirty hands. So you mean to tell me I'm going to listen to a fan what they say about it versus a coach that's been doing it for years, a top 5 coach? I'm listening to Sean Payton. I'm gonna listen to him before I listen to any regular person out here. I'm just
as a division rival too.
I agreed in a way. I think it's actually a team.
Jameis,
it's a team thing.
Jameis got the. Yeah, Jameis got the best play. Jameis got the best play in Bucs history against the Chicago Bears in that one game. I think in 2017.
Now
I can't see another quarterback ever do that.
Here's the thing. Now we're just talking about football now, but here's the thing. Now he's with a team that's an entirely different structure. Now, really, him going to Tampa versus the Saints is two different structures, cultures, structures. You know, it's more different than versus what he had in Tampa. Like he came there, Sean Payton. You know, he came, Lovie Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Lovie would have protected him though, because notice his rookie year, Lovie pulled
the offensive coordinator quit. The offensive coordinator quit. What was it? Ted? What was his name?
Tom Munkin.
Nah, not Tom Munkin.
No, you talking about Ted?
It was.
Or whatever when Lovie first came.
Jeff Tedford. Yeah.
He had adversity from the rip. He had adversity from the door.
So people gotta look at right. You're right, Damien, because people gotta understand like. And we going through this right now. It was the Bucs chose continuity, bringing Bowles, you know, and succeeding Arians, and look what the Saints did, right? Sean Payton left them, right? Top 5, top 10 coach, right? They stuck with the continuity. We basically doing the exact same thing. Both teams they went with continuity versus outside. They lost a couple players, but they replaced them with Marcus May, Logan Ryan. You know, we kind of like if you look at both teams. They're literally mirroring the culture, the continuity versus just going full rebuild or changing all that stuff. They think about it. Todd Bowles, Dennis Allen, they both defensive coaches. They both
will still lose to them.
You know what I'm saying? They both run exotic defenses. You know, now our offense is better than the Saints' offense, clearly. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it from a team perspective, the matchup it's still there. You know what I'm saying? Like because the Saints' defense is pretty much. Everybody's back except for
is my man a free agent? Ingram is Ingram a free agent?
I think he's still there.
He's still there.
I have a question. So in terms of like the Saints offense, like Michael Thomas, how do we think he's gonna do? Do we think he's gonna come right out the gate or settle in?
He ain't played in 2 years, man. I don't see that going right, man. They need some receivers. They need some receivers.
They need to call AB and sign AB's contract to do the surgery for him.
So be living here in New Orleans. So there's
you really want to see AB and Jameis in New Orleans?
So there's rumblings.
Yeah.
There's rumblings about Matthews coming to New Orleans. They've been in talks.
Oh yeah, Tyrann Mathieu.
I mean,
oh yeah, you saw CJ's Twitter
going in all heavy with Honey Badger.
Yeah, but he just had an interview about that, and he was like, he didn't seem like he didn't seem too hot about that.
He gonna replace Malcolm Jenkins. He gonna replace Malcolm Jenkins back there.
Watch I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they ain't done.
If you saw CJ Gardner-Johnson's Twitter post, Tyron sent him the eyes emoji. Yeah.
They're talking. I live right around from the training facility, and then
he's from New Orleans too.
Yeah, like New Orleans, like the number one. Like you had to look at the list. Like the Titans trying to get him, the Steelers trying to get him, the Saints trying to get him. I thought the Bucs might throw their hat in there, but they got Logan Ryan. But wherever he ends up at, if he comes to the Saints, that's another problem. That's another problem, man. Like the defense just gets even more stronger. Like
he get exposed. He get exposed too, though.
He's an in a box guy. He's not the He's an in the box guy. He's not a Marcus May. You know what I'm saying? Like he got to play up close to the line of scrimmage because he reads defenses pretty good. Like he reads.
I like Gronk. I like Gronk over him.
All day. All day. Now the Gronk situation, it'll be a 1-year deal, obviously. You know,
It has to be because I mean that's last year for Brady. It has to be one year.
Sue want to come back too. Sue want to come back.
I'm glad we're not pushing for JPP. I'm actually really happy. I'm glad we're not pushing.
I say we get younger. I know offensive.
I don't mind Sue coming back, and I only point this out just because of his leadership. And I know the age might be a factor. I still think we should focus on the defensive line, but we should bring Sue back to mentor Vita Vea, Nacho, and whoever new DL we get. That's my opinion. And if we can get him back, you know, good for him and good for his family.
We just got to get explosive on the line, man. Like, we just got to get explosive. Like, I just didn't see it last year. It was just so inconsistent. It was like against good old lines, man. Shaq Barrett got swallowed against right tackles. JPP, when he came back, was inconsistent, couldn't do nothing, hurt.
Always injured, yeah.
Joe Tryon, you know, rookie, you know, didn't weigh enough in certain cases, you know. We just didn't have that consistent explosive pass rushers. You know, and
I don't mind us getting a DL, and I'm thinking we're gonna go that route. That's exactly what we did last year. We picked up Joe Tryon, knowing the fact that JPP was getting washed. So I'm sure we're gonna follow the same footprint. You know, do another DL, go young down there, and help Vita Vea.
Why not get?
Yeah, don't be afraid to trade up. Like trade up if we need it.
You think about what you just said. You got Joe Tryon. You should have got that deep tackle instead of Kyle Trask.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think the Bucs going to end up getting two of these guys out this draft.
You got to.
I don't mind them doing that. I mean, we did that a couple years back when we got Jamel Dean and John Murphy Button
in the second round,
back to back.
Yeah,
cornerback. So it was a position of need. They're not going to be afraid to do that. So.
Well, you know what? They got Carlton Davis. They had 3 second-round picks when you got Rojo, Carlton Davis, and who's the other dude?
MJ? No, it was MJ.
No, it was MJ Stewart, second round.
Yeah, MJ Stewart.
Oh yeah,
it was him. 3 second-round picks.
The slowest cornerback I've ever seen.
Lovey ain't like him. Who knows?
No, but I'm just saying, like, right? I think this at this point right here for the Bucs. Getting younger on the D-line, it should be the number one priority. And if you haven't noticed, they literally telling us what they're gonna do. No Sue, no JPP.
I've seen a lot of Bucs fans though. They've been wanting Zion Johnson like first round too. Like,
well, because the left guard situation. That's why. It's a question mark. It's like Kappa. Like it's now it's on the left side. Again, now think about it. Donovan Smith is a left tackle. I'm just saying. Now you got Aaron Stinney next to him. Not Ali Marpet.
Did Donovan Smith restructure his contract?
No, he didn't.
He got
man.
That boy need to restructure and be like everybody else.
$18.5 million. $18.5 million.
If we can restructure his contract, we can pick up a guard.
Well, he signed an extension to give you more cap space last year. So, I mean, I seriously doubt he'll restructure.
I mean, look at Mike Evans. He restructured every year.
Donovan Smith, they trying to keep he's getting paid like a top 10 left tackle. Everybody's face was like,
yeah, I don't know if I agree with
he didn't do
top
so
tier
bad
left tackle
last year.
Look at Damon. Damon like
our offensive line is top 5 last year.
Oh man, like no, that's not what I see. I mean, do you think Donovan Smith is a top 10 left tackle?
No, but I think that's just part of the inflation. Maybe give him some extra money.
Damien, you think he's a top 10 left tackle?
I mean, compared to the field, you know what I mean? I guess what else is out there? You know, and I think he did okay, but he gave us some sacks. You know what I mean? He did it with Tom. He did it with Jameis. You know what I'm saying? So
I think Ali is like hiding a lot of it. Like I feel like Ali.
I mean, I will say this though. Donovan Smith. I will say this before.
Did he not progress?
He did progress. I was about to say that he did get better. But to me, I think he's reached his ceiling. Like,
I think we have the thing in the back of the mind where, like, you know, the first couple of years, it just kind of hurt us because we've seen Jameis Winston get hurt so much because of Donovan Smith.
Right.
But now,
blindside.
Yeah.
But this is the thing,
that was different. Tom Brady's like, look, you better cut your shit.
Yeah.
No, Brady gets the ball out so quick that don't rush to get no chance to get started.
Make it look better.
That's why Donovan looked so well the past couple of seasons.
It went from 7-step drops to 3-step drops.
Yeah. I will say though, Donovan is durable though. Like he's very, very durable.
Yeah, he's very durable. Very durable.
Very durable.
Yeah, he don't really get. I don't think he ever got hurt, did he?
No, he missed one game last season.
He was nicked up. He was on.
I think against the Lions when Josh Wells had to come in.
I mean, I think we gambled pretty well. Now that money, he can definitely restructure so we can get some more cap space.
Too much money.
Yeah.
Too much money.
Maybe we could push it down the line and give him some more upfront money. Sure.
Look, this is how you know he improved. He got his name back. It was 76.
Yeah.
It was 76.
I missed that. I missed that name.
So he did improve. That's
Why would you miss it, man? We need him.
What injury put Marpet into retirement? Because he said he only like 28.
I think he had a bunch of concussions we didn't know
chilling,
about.
man. There was a couple of guards that actually retired.
Yep.
Throughout the league.
I think that's gonna be the new trend, though. Honestly, like these young guys again, with all the studies in cases with concussions.
Cash in, hold them.
I think you get
especially you get that Super Bowl early. If they get that Super Bowl early, they're going to be out as quick as possible.
No, let's not forget, fellas, let's not forget there is something bigger than football, and that's life. Much bigger. So some people just want to throw in the job and cash in, hold their money for 8 years for Ali Marpet for that, and then he just retired. He's big chilling.
Yeah, he good. Trust me.
Now we're going back to college.
The CTE is real.
You know they putting in the padding helmets now.
He did get a concussion.
They were doing the padding helmets for tight ends, D lines, and O lines for training camp. They're doing the padded.
Is that where it's like bust out to the front when they got
it's like they got the little pop little like mushrooms or like old school, like remember the old school caps like back in the day, like in the 30s.
Yeah.
So they putting that over the helmet, and like to protect from less head trauma.
Like head collision. Because
Right.
that DL and then offensive line, they be ramming it.
Banging.
He said, "Hold on." He said, "I feel like Gronk got CTE."
I don't blame. Gronk got everything, head to toe.
That boy, how many surgeries you done had? Oh my god!
He got everything.
Like
Shoulder,
He's like RoboCop.
arm, knee, wrist.
That boy got all these injuries. Can't stop him though.
I feel like AD got it too.
He done broke everything on his body.
That's why he's taking
I'm
his
surprised
time.
he's still rolling, man.
I mean, he's an elite athlete. 6'6", 270.
Or that TB12 is working.
Younger than
Either
Kelsey.
one.
I've been
younger than
Yeah, that's right. He is younger than Kelsey.
I thought they were both 32.
Well, if you go by months,
I think like a year.
Oh, gotcha.
Like maybe within 12 months.
I was like, yo.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comparisons over the last couple of days between them two. Like the numbers.
Wow. Like to me, Gronk is like on another playing field with. I mean, Kelsey's good. Don't get me wrong. He's great guy, but Gronk is just
Kelsey can't do it all
without Tariq. We're gonna see how good he is without Tariq.
He'll be productive still, but
I just don't think Kelsey can do it all, like block and I don't think he's like an all around tight end.
If Aaron Hernandez didn't do what he did, would Gronk be this big?
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, he's big naturally.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying when he
You see his brothers? I think some of
when
his
he put
brothers
up
are
the numbers,
bigger
that's
than
what I'm
him.
saying.
Oh, you mean
I'm
like
saying
the
the
ones?
Production-wise, the production, would he have had
I was like,
the
you
same?
mean like the way his size? Oh,
yeah,
man.
I think it's
Hernandez was yeah, I mean,
he was the catch and run guy. He was the catch and run guy. That was when New England introduced the two tight ends before the league got jumped into it.
That was deadly.
And you know what really made him like a hard-nosed runner is hockey. He used to play hockey in high school.
Oh, that's right.
So therefore, like when he catched the ball, he was willing to run over people, suck people, because that's the mentality for hockey players.
But you know what scares me?
What
scares me with Gronkowski is when he going over that middle. He's so big and they go after his knees. I'd be like, ooh.
Man, you don't see Gronk take some.
That's genetics for him, man.
I done seen him catch the ball and literally look down like, oh shoot, like he had to avoid a hit before he tears his knees up because he's so big.
He'll still hold the ball too. That's weird.
I'm like, oh,
Brake get lit up too. Brake he takes some shots too.
Yeah, Gronk crazy. He got punctured. He be having punctured lungs. He try to go back in the game.
He ain't over there wilding, man. He said Brake get lit up too, man. Like, nah,
he
man.
do.
I don't think.
I mean, he's
Brake
like,
get
he's
one hit and he's out for 5 games.
Brake's slow though. He's so slow. Jeez Louise, man. Like he got no speed on him.
He was eating when Jameis was
the
here. He was like
beauty of the tight ends.
Yeah, that was Jameis' safety blanket back then.
Right.
He loved Brake. He loved Brake.
He got hands.
I'll tell you what, it was the best feeling when we saw him run for a first down. Like that was so fun to like watch. He like get up smiling.
He's not a catch and run guy, but he get tackled. That's it.
But he can catch.
Yeah, he can catch.
He can catch out in the world.
Now to wrap this up
with Tanner Hudson. Put Tanner Hudson where he at.
we're gonna close this out with we're gonna go right back to the coaching situation, because it's always about the coaching. Now, the dynamic would the dynamic be the same with how it was between Light and Arians versus Light and Bowles?
No, I think it will, but you have to understand they're going to look at it from a position of need first, no matter what, and then go for that. So everything else afterwards, then it will be a different dynamic than Bruce Arians and Jason Light.
What you think, Damien?
I mean, they already got a rapport because he was in Arizona with was Bowles? Nah, Bowles wasn't in Arizona with
Well, he was.
He was okay.
Mm-hmm.
They've known each other for 6 years, actually.
As was Light. So, I mean, I think they already got the rapport. And then they say when you win, obviously you go through a season and win a Super Bowl together. I mean, that's like a bond, like what I mean, that we can't relate to, obviously. But
right.
I mean, I think they off to a good start. I mean, they on the trajectory is going up. I mean, he's in a good spot, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but Damien, do you think going back to Isaiah's question, do you think the dynamic is going to be different with BA and Leitch and Bowles and Leitch?
I think it's going to be based on need. I guess where we're at, what contracts is expiring. Yeah, I mean, and what lies ahead for the future. I mean, we got glaring needs. I think we got needs more so on defense right now. I mean, with the front seven, with the secondary. So
yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think this is a good year to have a defensive coach. Yeah, I mean, going into the draft. So,
okay.
But, I mean, obviously we do got some holes on offense too. So I don't know, hopefully they can work in synergy to get shit done.
Okay, that's good. That's good insight, Damien. Eli. What's up, man? What you think?
So I think that with the situation with the team is before I get into the Jason Light and Todd Bowles thing, I feel like as long as Todd Bowles still calling the defensive plays, then we're good. Because I think BA gonna go back to calling the plays a little bit. I mean, not BA, but Leftwich gonna go back to calling the plays a little bit more. Brady's input. But as far as the Light and Bowles situation, I think it's not gonna be as strong as BA and Light because BA was obviously closer to Light was than Bowles was, but I think BA still gonna put his input in on something. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna be in his ear about something, even though he's not coaching the team no more. He's still gonna listen to what he gotta say. He's higher up in a position now, but they still friends, and he still probably want to be involved with the team in that aspect, like drafting or whatever, getting free agents, or whatever. I think BA still gonna have his input. He's gonna have a better input than Bowles would.
Oh, and okay. To top that, he's not permanently gone, so he is a coach consultant. So yeah, you're right.
Well, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one, Eli. Grizzlo, what you think, man?
I think the dynamic will be different just because Bowles and BA are different people. I think Bowles is just gonna try to ease into head coaching at first, and then I think they'll probably hit it off and do better towards the season as the season goes, in my opinion.
Wait, what? You said ease into coaching? He's already been a head coach.
Well, no, but he's not I'm not saying inexperienced, but it's been a few years, so I think he's gonna ease back into HG. But I think he's gonna be a lot better than when he was with the Jets, in my opinion.
What ways will he be better?
Hold on. Is the dude Clyde Christensen still there? He's still there, right? Clyde Christensen. So I mean, that's a major key right there.
I just think Bowles is gonna have better supporting cast because I think Byron's getting better, so he won't have to worry about the offense and he could focus on the defense.
Okay, that's a good one. Big Buck, what you think of the dynamic right there?
The dynamic will be fine. It'll obviously be different because BA and Lights work together, so it's going to be different with them getting to know each other a little better. But I think as long as they're on the same page, it should be okay. And the fact that you guys pointed out that it's a good thing that he's a defensive coach going into this draft. He can solely focus on the defense and fix the holes there. So I do think that is a good thing, and I think ultimately he's learned from being a head coach in New York. He's learned what went right, what works, and he can do the things his way. I don't think he had full control like he wanted to in New York because I think that's just a bad ran organization. So I do think you're in a better situation than New York here in Tampa. So I think, still knowing of Jason Light, that's gonna, be important as well. So I think it'll work out.
Now you mentioned control. What he don't got control here. I mean, what do you
Well,
mean by
no, that's the thing. So
what do you
you
mean
bring
by
up a
control?
good point, Big Bucks. So in the interview,
I want to make sure. I want to make sure he clarify the control. What do you mean by control?
Okay, check this out. Think about the Jets when he took over. That they had the worst GMs ever, and the coaches were never in on the picks. So obviously his input on who he wants as a player was not taken into consideration. They're gonna listen here in Tampa. Like, you can't tell me. I mean, didn't he show up? If I ain't mistaken, 2019. You can make the argument that was Bowles' draft with the defensive players they took. He took Devin White at 19. Then you took Mike Edwards, Sean Murphy Bunker. I mean, who's to say that wasn't Bowles' pick? Because every time you looked up at any scouting or pro days, Bowles was there. So that's why I'm saying his input is going to be a lot more than what it was in New York. That's what I mean by control. Maybe I could have phrased that better, but I think he'll have a lot more input than what he had in New York.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I was kind of.
Let me add in. I'm
no
going to paraphrase
Dardens. Keep them Dardens. Keep them Dardens. No Dardens this year. No Dardens.
So I'm going to paraphrase Tabo. So Tabo says, with the Jets, I was doing things the right way, and then with the Bucs, I'm doing things my way. So that's exactly what he said on the interview. So that makes that point that Big Bucks made.
Okay, that's a good point there. I like that. So he obviously he had to learn from that situation. I mean, you had nothing but learning experience there. I mean, it was a horrible situation to be in. I mean,
think about it.
Yeah, that was not built right. It was not built right. And
he was interim coach with the Dolphins too a couple years ago. He was 3-1.
Right. It just seemed like he was every time he had in a situation, it never turned out to be in the right situation. So this situation compared to the interim head coach as a Dolphin and him as a head coach as the Jets, this is his best situation all around, from top to bottom. Front office, ownership, like he got everything now. So now you got to produce. Now you got everything. You got everything that you need. Now you can upgrade some things. I get that part, like what Damian said, upgrade some areas, but the foundation is stable as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I mean, you got Tom Brady at quarterback. You can't do so much wrong with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mess that up. That's a guaranteed 10, 11, 12, 13 wins. Just having that offense running the show. Now, tighten some things up on defense. We might maybe get that 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how the situation goes. But so much to talk about, and the conversations will continue on next week. I don't see the Bucs doing anything free agency wise. I don't see them doing anything right now. They got Giovanni Bernard, but that's not something to be like, oh my God, yeah, nah. That's just like, okay, he was here last year. All right, cool. Small role. All right, cool. Now, if it was like a trade or something like that, that's when it's gonna pop in my head. But next week, I'll have some more topics that we'll talk about. The draft is this month, so we about to start. Party. Yeah, the draft party. We're gonna get ready for that. I can't wait.
When's the schedule release?
It should be coming up in a little bit.
It should be like the next couple of weeks, right?
Right. But back to that draft party. I'm gonna try to work it where I can get 20 people in. I gotta do some things in the background, but if I can get 20 people for the draft day party, that'd be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it'll be get
your popcorn, chips.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have me some food. I'm gonna have me some food. I'm telling you, we're gonna have. Hey, look, the whole first round too. We're gonna watch the first pick all the way until the pick number 32, and we're gonna do a post draft party too.
We do got to monitor, I should say, the volume.
Yeah, look, I'm already kind of like, I'm trying to put that together. Like, like I might have to do like 3 moderators, like, like have two or 3 other people besides me, because I don't want to be. I got to 10 to 20 people, just me. I'm like, look, if I step away, boom, boom, boom. Like you already know the 3 people. That's kind of like, all right, get it under control. I got to step away, grab me some food, whatever. So I'm gonna pick like 3 or 4 other people besides me to kind of run that whole thing. It's gonna be dope. First time too, first time ever. So don't miss that, folks. Do not miss the draft day party. Make sure you bring your food. Now the liquor, look, I can't tell you what to do on that.
Cover it.
Cover
No
it up.
copyright.
Right.
Cover it.
Cover it up.
Get your red cup.
Get your red cup. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have mine. You know what I'm saying? I have me a little wine, but I can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope. And leading up to that, like I said, we're gonna start doing some draft breakdown videos. Like we're gonna go by players. So be ready for that. And even next Friday, we're gonna do some breakdown on some players and stuff like that. So during the week, next week, I'm gonna start highlighting, players. Like I'm probably gonna start. Obviously, I'm gonna start with the D-line first. We're gonna talk about Jermaine Johnson. We're gonna talk about Travis Jones, the guy from Houston. Forgot his name. Dang, I like him too. But we're gonna talk about a lot of these guys, and we're gonna just break it down. Might even bring up the screen, and y'all can see the highlights. We can just look at it and play it back and talk about it. And what can they do to help the Bucs? If the Bucs can get those guys at 27, or maybe trade up, or maybe get them in the second round. So D-line next week, folks. Draft breakdowns.
Let's
Be
do
ready
it.
for that. Watch the videos too, so we can all dialogue on that too. Go look at the top 10, top 15 D linemen. Watch the videos because we're gonna talk about it. So, gentlemen, do you have anything else to say before I close it down?
Good weekend, everyone, and go Bucs.
Y'all heard that, right? It's a beautiful weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Stay safe out there, you and your families. I hope to see y'all Monday, all next week, back here at the Locker Room Live. And also, don't forget the podcast. Check me out, Facebook, Twitter. Tomorrow, I got to go get my daughter. So she'll be here next week for spring break. She's going to be on here. So with that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag, hashtag no risky, no biscuit, hashtag facts or feelings, hashtag bombs away, hashtag stay humble, hashtag what does your eyes tell you, hashtag probability versus possibility, and hashtag Super Bowl or bust. Bucos Locker out. Enjoy your weekend.